They're all 10 o'clock on me.
Okay, it's time.
Okay, yep, it's time.
Here.
What is this?
That's stuff from the hardware store.
Oh, it's a bag of stuff. Okay. So, 10 o'clock, or 10 o'clock here, List the Saber, Mark Solvay. Good evening, Kim and Buff. Won't be long tonight. I'm a bit under the weather, but still have to get up at 5:30 Eastern to put the grandson on the bus. Currently sipping a cup of Neo-Citron. What is that?
That's like the stuff that makes you feel better if you're sick.
Feel better medicine. Mexican Specs here, Buddy Carafano. And yeah, there's a bunch of people here before, but they're already scrolled up past. So, oh, Bruce Culgin, I can see him up there. Who else? Let me see if I can scroll back a little bit. Hippie Long's here. Yep, I'm not going to scroll back any further. So they're all saying hi to each other. I am, Kim, I think, is gathering some wood. It's not really cold in here, but it's just a little bit chilly. So I think we're just going to run the fire and keep the, just try to keep the warmth in here. It was warm today. I don't know what it was, like 70 maybe, 68, something like that. So,
some nice improvements today.
Yeah, so, and it's supposed to be even warmer tomorrow and the next day.
80 tomorrow.
80 tomorrow. Vintage Adventure Drives. Hey, folks, I'm back from my road. You're back. I watched you drive off from Jamie.
I saw you on that Dodge Garage. Aren't you big YouTuber?
Says, I'm back from the road trip and enjoying tinkering on the new Scamp today.
I'll bet.
Colby Quesos here. Barry Kudas here. Engine Light Garage. Good evening. Mike N. My wife Cindy and I are watching. Oh, hello Cindy. How you doing? Let's see. Who else? Did I decide on a topic for Tuesday night? I did not.
Well, we can spend some time on it tonight.
We can do that tonight. I've been on a night shift going on for weeks, and I just can't sleep at night, and then I fall asleep midday, and it's just terrible. So then I went like 24 hours out sleeping. So last night I slept really well. So I got up fairly early this morning, got a lot of things done. Went to the store twice. And, anyway, got a little caffeine in me, so I'll stay awake. So let's see. I'll sleep well tonight. Johnny C is here. Robbie's here.
Hey, you got a new haircut?
Oh, Kim cut my hair today. Ford Rule says he's falling asleep.
Sleepy?
But he managed to come in here. And then Luis says, happy birthday to Bruce Willis. Well, happy birthday. He's got a lot of birthday things, those things you blow and party hats and all that.
Oh, Bruce Willis.
And let's see, who else?
What's your favorite Bruce Willis movie?
Kim wants to know what's your favorite Bruce Willis movie. Okay, let's see. Tanner says, oh, haven't tried yet. He's answering somebody. Don't know. Oh, did John Wilburn come in? Oh, where did I miss John Wilburn? Where's John Wilburn? They're saying hi to John Wilburn. I don't see John Wilburn.
You have it on live chat?
I do have it on live chat. What? Don't know.
Did you know we missed the content creator workshop?
We missed a content creator workshop.
I think we did. I think you had it on like.
Oh, in the middle of the day or something. Yeah, I missed it. I sure did. That was one of those days I couldn't sleep in a day, and I just slept in the day and screwed it up. Lee says I had a cup of coffee, and Ford Rule says I'm tired too. It's hot here. I've never lived in a place where it was too hot. Let's see. Robbie says we are facing petroleum and LPG crisis. Yep, everybody is. Let's see here. And Mexican Spec notices that Ford Rules fixed his uppercase letters. See, I thought he may have been an old Navy guy, because Navy guys always type in uppercase. At least the old Navy guys. The younger Navy guys, Navy quit doing that. OBS shipping is here, or OBS shipping, right? OBS shipyard is here. Oh, he says, I only saw John Wilburn when I said hi to Johnny C. He must be watching. Okay. And Ford Rules says, ran my AC in the house.
Who?
Ford Rules. Out there in Bakersfield. Bakersfield. See, I have all these names for all these places. Because that's what we called it when I was learning to fly out there like 50 years ago. Baker's Patch, because it was a landing field there. Baker's Patch. Somebody there started calling it that. Mark Sauvé says 24 Fahrenheit here. Oh man, yeah, that's on the cool side. That's below zero for you. And Louise says Spike was here. Kim. And Mexican Spec says 75 degrees Fahrenheit there. And Olive is in, says hi.
Welcome in, Olive.
Robbie says deliveries are taking place, but the prices are skyrocketing. Yeah, same thing everywhere.
Yeah. Did you see the last time I looked, the price was $3.50?
Yeah, they went up about $1.50 a gallon here almost.
Pretty inflated. I guess don't bomb or a major oil producing nation.
They'll get it open at some point, I think. I don't know how long, but yeah, it'll happen. Let's see here. Vintage says, on Tuesday, I was on Monarch Pass in Colorado, 11,312 feet above sea level. By the end of the day, I was back around 1,000 feet in Oklahoma. It's weird how things have been recently. Faith says, my duty didn't answer the phone to see if they're going to train me since I'm in school. My duty didn't answer the phone. Okay, I don't know exactly what that means. And then Mexican Spec wants to know if Tanner hit any bad weather. Mark Sauvé says, LOL, last night on Tony's Live, Dr. Art referred to me as omnipresent. Omnipresent? Oh, man. And Olive says Supra is already near $5 in Georgia. Yeah, that's a deterrent, isn't it? Man, I filled my car up before it got cold because we thought we might have to, if the power went off, we might have to retreat to the cars to stay warm. So I want to make sure they were full. Well, mine today finally came down off the full mark. So that shows how much I drive. Not much.
Well, I gotta drive 8. Just gonna stop.
Vintage says, it was snowing when I landed in Seattle. Saturday morning was frosty in Aberdeen, but once it warmed up, I didn't have a bit of bad weather. It was great. Well, that's good. And how'd the car run all the way down there? It sounds like you got there pretty quickly. Let's see here.
Okay.
Mexican Spec says, yeah, but
there's lots of wood and fire. You did a good start.
I got started. That's about all I did.
Well, you did really
I had to get back over here because I didn't have a lot of time.
It was a really good
start. I snapped a bunch of all those little sticks that were kind of long. I could snap them in half and in quarters and stuff. Yeah. And I stuck a couple old nasty paper towels in there and it fired right up. And then there was one chunk of wood that was left over. I put it on top. I don't know if that lit off.
Okay.
Well, that turned itself off, so I guess it got warm enough. Or did it unplug somewhere? I don't know. It just turned off. She brought an electric heater up here from the house. Let's see here. Faith says, do you want to know what I want to do on my birthday? Yeah, what do you want to do on your birthday? And then Ex-inspect says, I think the answer is to get a year older. I was in the hospital one time. Man, this is back in '07. It's been a while, 19 years ago. It's in the hospital, and the doctor came in, and she says, I'm going to get you out of ICU today and send you up to a room, a regular room. And I said, I was hoping you'd let me go, just leave the hospital today. She goes, why? And I said, because tomorrow's my birthday and I want to get out of here before I get any older. And she laughed. And she goes, I'll think about it. You know what? They discharged me. And I went home. And I was pretty weak, but I went home. But I started getting my strength back pretty quickly. Let's see here. I thought you would see, Tony said I was not so accurate. I don't know what that's going on with Ford rules. Mark Silvas has filled up my Dodge Caravan from just below quarter tank, $89. I don't know how much it holds, but that's Canadian dollars, and I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what. It's hard for me to figure out what that is. Okay, I got to scroll back. This moving pretty quickly. Oh, you know what? I didn't get this done either. I'm looking over here at my little.
Mexican Spec says he doesn't hear what Tony's saying because he's so busy reading chat. He does it to me. We're on live, and he'll be like, Kim, what do you think? And I'm like, huh? Because I'm reading the chat, and I'm completely tuned into the chat sometimes. And he's mad at me because I'm not paying attention.
Daniel Morrissey's here. Good evening. I want to see what Tanner's saying here. I drove around 75 to 80 on the open highways. The car ran great the entire way, though it got super rich in the mountains. Yeah, it will. Probably hardly run up there at 11,000 feet. I'm going to have to change to smaller idle jets in the Weber. Oh, in the Weber. See, when I went through there, I went through there a couple of times in my 64 Ford, which is tuned for sea level, and I went up through 11,000 feet. Man, that was a pretty quick car. And up there, I just floor it. There was a Porsche passing me, a Porsche 911. So I jumped on it because I wasn't going to let this guy pass me. And I hear my carburetor go, whoa, and the car doesn't really pick up speed. And I hear the guy in the Porsche do the same thing, and he barely creeps by me. I'm like, man, we're both, cars are running out of air. Johnny C. Oh, man, I can't keep up with this chat. Was amazed to receive a letter from Air Quality. They're still offering $2,000 for running cars that are year 2000 and below, says Johnny C. Where is that? Man, I hate to see them do that. They throw away good cars, They did that to us with this horrible thing they did back in the, I don't know, like 09, somewhere around there, the cash for clunkers. It absolutely destroyed the used car industry, used parts market industry. Car parts and used cars, the prices went way up because there's so few of them. It's just, what a horrible thing to do to us. And for those of us that have to survive on older cars, it just ruined our lives, 1967 oil traded at $3 and change. It scrolled away. And change for barrel. Yeah, it's like 200 or something. Okay, I'm gonna have to. Oh, Mark Survey says the Caravan holds 20 gallons. Okay, the dollar is worth more. You have to convert the currency to. Yeah, right. Bay Area Quality Control Board. Bay Area. Get the hell out of California. Why do you stay in such a miserable state? Man, I left there in '91. Best thing I ever did. Absolutely the best thing I ever did. $1 Canadian is 75 cents US, is what Ford Rule says. Yeah, I figured that's something like that. Mark Silvay says $1.65 a liter. Mexican Spec says, what kind of car do you have, to Luis? D-Man, higher elevation, less oxygen. That's right. Man, well, of course, in an airplane, as you climb, you got to start leaning, and you start leaning really about 3,000, 4,000 feet in there if you take off a sea level airport. But you have that control in an airplane, and of course a jet, it does itself. But a car, you don't have that option. And that's where electronic fuel injection works, because it fixes, it does that. automatically. Luis says Chrysler 2001 Chrysler Neon. Ah.
What are you going to replace that with that's going to be so much more fuel efficient and so much less polluting? I mean, for real. Like, that's crazy. Like, they don't even know what they're talking
Well, and the
about.
whole fallacy, the whole thing, is that if you buy a new car, it saves the planet by pollution and all this. You know how much energy it takes to build a car? Holy crap! You're gonna take something that's good and throw it away. Nothing could be more wasteful.
You know what, though? This kind of conversation is why YouTube doesn't recommend our videos to anybody anymore, because we're not drinking the Kool-Aid.
We're not drinking the Kool-Aid. That's right.
That's we're because we talk sense, and they don't like it.
So I'm watching a video of this factory of those parts in the Plymouth Fury back in 1960s. It says, Luis says that. Johnny C says, we bought it new, just turned 77,000 miles, runs super clean. Yeah, in California, you'd know if it runs super clean because it's got to pass the emissions test.
That's right. Running cars are worth more than $2,000.
Let's see here. Okay. Oh, one more political thing and you're gone. You got it? End it. In fact, I'm going to delete that.
Why?
I handed him to here with Olive and they're got to come in here and snipe her stinking political bullshit. You know? End it. Go start your own channel full of politics. But you know what? You won't do that.
Well, we were talking about cash.
No, but I don't want it to get into start blaming who does what. It wasn't this guy, it was this guy, it was that guy, it was this party, it was that party. I will not have that in here. You got it?
Well, you should probably delete Mexican Specs comment too.
Yeah, Daniel says, Bo, say it like it is. Yeah, I know. I lose my temper with this stuff. Mexican cash for clunkers was something that happens. It's history. I understand that. But when it starts like one person blames one person, another person blames another political party, somebody else blames another political party, and then it turns to shit. I won't have it in here. Luis says, yikes. Yep.
It was automotive adjacent.
Until we start blaming people.
Somebody's fault.
Well, it was history. But I'm not going to sit here and blame people.
There's a lot going on in the world.
I suggest this to Olive many times.
I don't want to talk about it.
Go start a channel and do this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You come in my channel and snipe.
There needs to be places for people to discuss the things that are happening in the world. There needs to be that.
And Johnny C, it's okay. It's because that's current they're offering. You know, I don't have a problem talking, but you start blaming one person, the other person, then I get pissed off. Lee says I feel better. Ah, Craig May's here. Good evening. How's the fire doing?
Well, I poked at it, and it should probably put off some heat. I don't know why this thing shut off.
Well, it already...
Oh, I remember. I plugged in the heating pad.
Oh.
Open up your package.
Now
that you're done yelling.
Yeah, I know. Kim brought me a package.
From the local big box hardware
I think I got it all.
aisle.
Okay. There's a receipt.
You walk a mile to get a cheap bolt. Those
Okay.
are quarter 20. I don't know what size we needed.
3/16.
Okay, so there's no they don't sell 3/16. The next size down from quarter 20 was
10/24, which is 3/16.
okay. Well, I didn't know for sure. So I
And
got
this
2
is-
bags of those, so we would have 4 of those.
What about nuts?
Well, don't we have nuts that size already?
No.
What do you mean no?
Well,
Is that a different thread than the ones that you have that came from McMaster Car?
I don't think I have.
Well, what size are the ones that we're using as test ones?
They were quarter 28s. These are, or 10/28s, quarter 20, or what are they? No, 10/32s. And these are 10/24s. These are coarse threads.
Well, crap.
I know. And up at the clothes store, they don't have it's a farmer's place. All they have is.
Well, anyways, you can tell me if those are going to work.
I think these ones will work. But we need nuts and washers.
They're cap head Allen.
That's good. That'll be nice, I think.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to get a wrench in there very easily.
Well, and the socket head cap screws, or as it says on here, tornillos. Tornillos. It says here they are, because they're socket head cap screws. They're probably like almost like a grade 8 or something, so they'll be strong enough. Very good. I remember an off-road ride on my TT500 Yamaha. It was running fine until I took it up a big hill, sort of a mountain, and it blubbered. When down low again, it was okay. It must have been too rich. Yeah, I flew an airplane with a 2-stroke engine that had no control for the mixture, and I was up around 11,000 feet, and it started running terrible. And as I started descending on the other side of the mountain, in fact, I'll tell you where it was. I was going over where now I can't think of the name of it. Northern part of Arizona. I don't know, mountain up there. And as I descended past there, slowly going down into like Tucumcari, New Mexico, it started running better again. Slimo's here. Stoked with my last holding. Eats up the highway. Really? That's very good, he says. Okay, let's see this here. How many we got here? I'm trying to figure out this thing with all these. The number 3, number 1, I don't understand how it picks that out, because sometimes I always thought it was the person that chatted the most, but then like Mexican Spec saying a lot of stuff and he's number 3. I don't know how that works. Does anybody know how that works? Craig May, I watched an orange TT500 and a yellow TT500 in the 70s riding up the steps of a quarry. Most amazing thing I'd seen. I was riding a 73 RD350 at the time. Full rules, found his caps again. Who are the Aussies in here? Yeah, it felt good. I went to the store twice today. Drove my car to 2 different stores. Car ran great. It isn't fast.
Is that the right size?
Oh, that looks like that's an aircraft one, which is 1032. Wait a minute. Maybe it isn't. Let me see let me cut this open and try to fit it on you. Oh,
have enough of them, but I might have a couple.
Okay, these are too big.
What are those, quarter 20? Oh, you know what? Those are metric.
They're metric here.
They're metric.
Board rule says, ever heard of Summer Nationals? Yep. Ah, Dean Stevenson's here. Hello. This one right here is too big. This one feels like cross threads because it's the wrong thread. Well, I don't think it is. I think it's 1032. I'm not sure. It's a you know what this is? This little thin nut. It's like a jam nut for a probably 1032 jam nut. Slimo, hey Buff, I survived flying an airborne trike ultralight 25 years ago. I was building a hang glider, so I knew what to do. Man, that's so backwards for me because you push forward to increase angle of attack and go up and you pull back. I guess I get used to it pretty quickly because I understand what's going on. It's just I never flew trikes and hang gliders. But I suppose it'd be pretty interesting. What's this? Dean Stevenson, the truck has ears. I cannot keyboard. What? Craig May says dumpers. Hope they Mexican specs says Lester LeSabre. What is Lester LeSabre saying? That's terrible. I missed something here because Mexican spec is saying Lester LeSabre. I hope they don't buy it. It's hard to sell a truck on Sunday. You know, in Pennsylvania, you're not allowed to sell a car on Sunday.
That's not true.
Oh, I thought it was.
No.
Oh, because I went in a car lot one time, and the guy was there, and I wanted to buy a car, and he goes, you know you can't do that. You know I can't sell a car on Sunday. I said, oh, okay.
Well, I don't know why that is, because you can go to places. Well, maybe at the time that was the case.
But yeah, I was there in the late 90s.
Because you know what, it used to be like that. It was very difficult. But
it's just like you can't buy alcohol on Sundays, or you couldn't then. I don't know. Maybe you can. No.
Is this long enough? That's probably too short.
That is too short.
It's metric.
Here, I'm going to hand you these back because you can put those some. Yeah, this tiny little thing. Oh, let's see. These ones you bought are about right. They just need nuts. Mexican spec says dealer can't, but private people can do whatever they want to. Yeah, I suppose you just can't do the paperwork till Monday. But I guess you can't do that normally anyway. Although Pennsylvania, isn't that a state that requires a notary?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then you got to find a notary that'll do it.
Well, it used to be that the notaries were not open on them.
Yeah. See, I was a notary in Ohio, so we didn't have that kind of thing. Slimo says, I can pick up a Rotax engine from miles away. There's an airstrip near me. Man, what's sad to me is the Rotax, the aircraft engines, they quit making the two-stroke engines. I really like those two-stroke, like the 503 Rotax. Man, I like that engine because I could build a little tiny airplane and that thing cruise along like 105 miles an hour, which is great. You know?
I thought that would fit just so we could test it, but that hole's tiny.
Well, what is this hole? It's metric. Well, these holes that I drilled fit these bolts you bought. They're perfect.
But we don't have nuts.
We don't have nuts for them. Let's see how they fit this where this weld is. Oh, Kim, this fits perfect in this bottom one where that weld's there because it's a socket-edge cap sprue. Socket head cap screw, there's room. That's great.
So it's going to be a good solution, but it doesn't work tonight.
Doesn't work tonight.
And aren't we trying to, move forward with
We're trying to move forward.
We want to work on something different?
Well, we don't have the right nut, so
that's it. We're going to call it a night.
So I guess we'll work on something else. I don't know. Is that your phone?
Yeah.
Somebody's calling Kim. Craig May, they were quick if you could keep the front wheel down. Beat most bikes, light to light. But only done 105 miles. David T. Good evening, David T. Welcome. I don't know who David T. is. I'm trying to look at the little avatar there. I know David T. Maybe I do. I just don't remember, huh? I have memory issues.
He's always in here. It's David T. Welcome in, David T.
Okay, my memory fails me. But Kim remembers you.
David T. You know David.
Yeah, maybe I do know
David T.
David T. Good afternoon, guys, from Melbourne. Is that a 68 Dart? A 68? Oh, the yellow thing behind us. The yellow thing behind us.
They can't see. Show them.
The yellow thing behind us. Let me see if I can swing the camera around.
Tend to be a YouTube.
It's a 72 Valiant. He says no, never meet guys. Never met guys. Huh. Okay, it's a 70.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay, he is new. Okay, so it's a 72 four-door Valiant. But here in the States, we didn't get the Utes. We didn't have any Wayfarers. So we've got a guy that comes in here a lot, Tavo. And Tavo's from Australia. And he sent me pictures of, let's see if I can find it. There's Tavo's car. And I saw that thing, and I noticed it uses the short doors like the four-door. I go, you know what? Let's make a Ute out of it, because I'd like to have a little pickup. So what we're doing is that. So we're partway through the project. Tonight, we made these things that are going to be where's my camera? These are the hinge, the parts of the hinge. We're making the tailgate out of the deck lid, cut the deck lid apart, making a tailgate. So the next thing is we got to get the tailgate so it operates, it's in the right place. Then we can finish the top of the pickup bed, and we can get it, get this thing closer to being finished. But we did get a lot done, and the back wall of the pickup is a little different than the Australian one because we couldn't get the Australian parts, but we had a Ford Ranger pickup out here that was just a parts car that we pulled the engine and some other pieces off of. So Kim cut the back out of that pickup, and we trimmed it and everything, made it fit in there, and we're using the pickup bed, pieces of the pickup bed in the back of this from the Ford Ranger. But we'll have a little, basically, an Australian Wayfarer. So that's what we're working on.
Do you have the title to this car?
I do have the title to this car. Yeah, I went put it. It's in my name.
It's in your name. That's what I meant.
It's in my name. Yeah. You know where I have the titles.
Yeah. No, I just meant you got title for the car.
Okay. And
it's been a while. I don't remember.
Yeah.
So.
Faith says, "What should I do for my birthday?" Celebrate. Let's see. How do you celebrate?
Sell what?
Celebrate.
A break. What's a break? I'm just wrong. Vibrate, celebrate.
Slimo says, "Gonna need a blue cattle dog in the back." What's a blue cattle dog?
Oh,
Is that an animal? I'll swing this back so you can see us. Oh, you got some kind of plug-in issue. Well, Kim, it's warmed up in here since we got here. It's 3 degrees warmer than it was when I got here.
Well, yeah, that thing put up some heat. Look, I got turbo.
Kim's got a turbo.
That's the other thing we're going to do, put turbo.
This thing's got a slant 6 in it.
Freshly rebuilt.
Just bring David up to speed a little bit. When it was still a 4-door car, we got this thing with no engine in it. There was a transmission in it, unknown transmission. It was sort of just a piece of crap. But the body's in pretty good shape. So we also had an engine that Tony gave us, and there was a short block, and then he gave us a head for a slant six. So we built a slant six. We put new pistons in it. Man, the cylinders were kind of rusty, so we took the cylinders out with a hone. Piston cylinder wall clearance is about 8,000, so it's kind of a loose engine, which is fine. And then we put new pistons in it, and we gapped the rings a little bit big so we could turbocharge it. So Kim's got this turbo, so we'll probably put a turbo on this car after we finish the Ute conversion. So,
well, somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I don't know when we get to it. Man, the one thing that happened. Well, David T says, "Man, that's great. I have a '68 VE VIP. Came with original 273 V8 front disc bucket seat. It was my pop's, which I fully restored about 20 years ago. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this one has a slant in it. We've got a couple of small blocks. We got some. What do you got? A couple 318s, maybe a 360 or something. But we'll probably put those in something else. This is such a fresh engine and everything with a turbo in it. Yeah, it'll be fine. You know, it'll go down the road just fine. And you know, it's not. In the past, I had a job where I had to drive all over the country. I was traveling all the time. But now, geez, my insurance came due for the year, and I had to put down how many miles I'd driven, and it was a little over 1,000 miles in a year. So it's not like I drive a lot anymore. You know? And this thing, it had the seat in it. Was horrible. Or did it have a seat in it? I don't know. I put a set of bucket seats, Chrysler bucket seats in it. It just fit really nice. So it'll be comfortable. Oh, Craig May says, Blue Heeler Cattle Dog. Oh, okay. Very good. I bet they're fast, Craig. I rode registered 78 YZ250, and it felt like I could beat anything on it. I beat a Porsche, but not really fair. They are significantly heavier. Yeah, I guess they are. Chris, good evening. Running my 7.3 trucks today. Starting fluid. Oh. You know, I remember I was working at a place when we had a 7.3, and I liked that truck a lot. And the guy that owned the company bought a new truck, and so the 7.3, we used it for some other things, and he drove his. But we took a trip one time with a trailer behind it, so I ended up driving the 6.0. Man, that thing just didn't have any guts. It was a nice truck, but the 7.3, man, I like that thing. Chris says, hi, everybody. Craig May, well, back in the day, they were nimble, lightweight, and a hell of a lot of fun to ride. And the wheelies were epic. Chris, detonation, yeah, I guess with the starting fluid. Didn't it get running on diesel? Borg's here. Turbocharged? Yeah, we plan on putting a turbo on it eventually, but the first thing is we've got to finish the pickup bed and get it so it drives. Yeah, that's part of the turbo. I thought you had the rest of it there. So,
I took it apart so it's easier to handle. We need to make a gasket, or no, we need to make the plate.
Yeah, and I made the pattern for the plate.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well, yeah, it's not real good, but it's good enough that I can.
We could just measure.
I could center up.
It's a square pattern. You could just measure.
I've got it good enough that I can put center punch marks through the holes, and then the big hole.
Do you have one of those quickie center punch things?
Maybe. I just get a sharp, like a. Okay, people aren't gonna like this name. A center punch is really steep, and there's another one that's this way. I guess this is steep. It's called a prick punch. But you can be really accurate with a prick punch, and then you hit it with a center punch. You put a pretty good dent, and then it'll keep the drill bit centered. Slimo, have you worked out the slide out barbecue cooker and ice box? Yeah, that's what we need. Just put
the ice box will go in the cab, so you can have cold drinks. But we haven't figured out a barbecue cooker yet.
We could just put a big steel grate over the whole pickup bed, and just put charcoal back there in the pickup bed.
All that stuff is in the trailer that we'll be hauling behind.
Craig May says, yes, same as Bad Chad's Mina. Oh, the dog. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that dog. That's a pretty cool dog. Chris says, I welded and fabbed a dump bed on my channel 2 years back and finally dumped 3 loads on my land, 300 feet, 4x4 low, and changed back tires today. Died of cliff. What? What did Carpon says? Rethread nuts and tap and die for tailgate. They're just wrong. They're like metric things. That would be really. The only one that fit was a what do you call it? One of those is going to take a little more Bondo, right where you're standing. I think.
I see a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I noticed that. Daniel Morrissey says a prick punch is the same as a dot punch, right? I've never heard that term. What's a dot punch? Kim, have you ever heard that term?
I think it's a prick punch. That's what he said.
He says, I think it's a prick punch. Hey, Daniel. She gave me a haircut today.
Looks like it's a
hair's cut instead of just one?
We cut a bunch of them, not just one.
Well, we fixed the hair clippers in here. Did I post? Yeah, I posted that short. And so we trial ran them today. Worked perfectly. Luis says, finally, Mopar El Camino, let's get back to work. Yeah, well, we've been working on it some, but we made these hinges. This is the part that mounts to the bed. This is the part that mounts to the tailgate. So we've got to put them on there and fit them and everything and get that done. So we got that done. Remember, we did that on the press right here. We heated them all up. I don't know if you were in here when we did that. Oh, Chris, this is all to have a clearing with a 20-foot rock wall as a backdrop for shooting videos. Okay.
That's super.
See, and there's something else we did. I don't know. Let me look here. What have we got? Let's see who's in here. David T. Maybe he's still in here. There's something else we did right there. The Valiant have a gas cap on the outside of the fender. And in the U.S., the filler goes right down through the middle of the trunk. Well, you can't have that in a pickup bed going through the middle of the pickup bed. The Australian Ute has one that it swoops down like this. But we can't get one of those. We thought about making one, but Kim went out there in that Ford Ranger had a rubber tube that goes down under a pickup bed. It fit perfectly. But then the cap was at the wrong angle. So she pulled the whole thing out of there in the door and welded it in there. So so we've got that kind of door instead of having the cap on the outside. It's a flip open door like that. Daniel Morrissey, Kim, you did a great job cutting Buff's hair. Are you cheating on me, Buff? Yeah, we were supposed to go to California to get my hair.
Had to fly out there.
We would have had to go all the way to California to fly.
He won't fly commercial.
I won't fly anything anymore. I'm done with that crap. I've done enough flying. Cheated death enough times. Craig May says, Buff, we had a two-door Valiant Pacer that had a real nice Hemi stripe package on it. You can get them online if you want. If you want to make unique where they're the same shape. Local car meet on Sunday at the Bunnings Car Park in Terry, East Coast, Australia. Is that how you pronounce that, Terry? I don't know. David T says, fantastic. Yeah, you see that thing right there? It just needs a little, fitting.
Tweaking.
Well, and that door, there's two bolts hold the door, and you can loosen those bolts up and adjust that a little bit. David T says, your parts are getting hard here now. Louis says, epic. Chris, the dump I made is interesting way. The neck and leather glove. Yeah. Trans funnel. Stray Bullet says, I need a haircut. Stray Bullet, are you anywhere near Petaluma, California?
That's a good place to get one.
Because Daniel Morrissey is a barber in.
A licensed barber?
Yeah, I think you have to have a license in California. That's California. I bet you have to have some skill to get a license to cut hair in Petaluma, California.
Pretty sure the licensing.
Josh Holmes says, I don't blame anyone for not wanting to fly these days. You know, it's probably pretty darn safe. It's just, I don't know. You know, they won't let me sit up front. Look out the window and pay attention to the traffic, you know. Chris, 9 lives. Forget which one I'm up to. Oh, yeah. I had friends like that, flew small planes. Some of them were crazy. I said, man, they fly like the cat with 9 lives, and a lot of them ran out of lives. Geez, I got like 22 friends been killed in airplane accidents. It's just like, okay, cheated death enough. Daniel Morrissey, fuel Philidor is looking awesome. Yeah, I think so. I kind of like it. Daniel will give you the Buff Del Campo discount. Mo Parquet. Hey, I just watched the video of yours before just before I came up here tonight. You had this little green parakeet. Did you see that, Cam? Somebody gave her a parakeet. She says she likes all the little animals and everything, and she takes care of them. But she says they just gave her a 25-year responsibility.
Well, that's all right. She's got kids already. She knows how to deal with responsibility.
Barry Kuda says, I also had a two-door Pacer, Craig, Hemi Orange. See, here in the U.S., a Pacer was an AMC vehicle. Completely different vehicle. Straight Bullet. I am, but I think that Daniel and I wouldn't get along because of our political differences. Oh.
Well, don't bring him in here. We can't handle political discussions. Make us too mad. We have blood pressure problems. Can't be yelling. Flip it out.
Yeah, Mopar K says, oh my God. River brought home a parakeet. LOL. Jason's Garage is here. Good evening.
Tell the story about how you got the hamster or whatever it was.
Let's see. Daniel Morrissey says, only one plane I'd ever want to fly in. My most favorite, F-16. So badass. Well, you know what? That's a single-place airplane, isn't it? I have checked people out in single-place airplanes. And there are people that were pilots. And then I set them in a single-place airplane and sat next to them and went over everything and talked to them a lot and had them taxi the airplane around until I felt like they were okay. And then big long runway, have them taxi and just lift the Not full throttle, just partial throttle, lift the front wheel up and set it back down. When I decided they were good to go, I tell them they were good to go. Go up, fly through the pattern once, come around land, and it always worked. But I don't know about an F-16 if you've never flown an airplane. I guess aren't there some two-seat F-15 or F-16s?
Oh, yeah.
I think there are. I think there are some two-seat F-16s. Thunderbird 1968. Don't do lives, kids. Before you know it, you're into the hard stuff. I don't know what my life has become. What? Tavo's here. Hey, how you doing? Sports version of the Aussie Valley. Let's see. Mexican Spec says Parquet, the parakeet won't last long. They never do.
Oh, that's...
I don't know. When I was a kid, my sister had a parakeet like the whole time we were kids. Slimo says my new neighbor is an ex-cop. Oh, just scroll by. I'm going to scroll back. My new neighbor's an ex-cop and competes in a 1,000-yard open site target shooting. Well, that's interesting. Got a quote for a container up to Vancouver. Says Mexican. Oh, okay. They're talking about moving a vehicle up to.
I need 25 seconds to suck with the vacuum sucker.
Okay, she's got a. Mexican Spec says they said 5,500 US. We said no, thank you. So you were looking for a better deal.
5,500.
Chris, we fishtail LSC Lincoln in the woods, and as soon as the slide, he lips. Man, this is scrolling by so fast I can't read it. Let me scroll back. We fishtailed a LSC Lincoln in the woods, and as soon as the side hit the tree, my lips kissed the tree. The back window shattered. My boots tipped the headliner. We got out the axle sheared. This sounds like a crash.
Yeah, bang.
Let's see, Mexican Spec says we could ship them to Long Beach and have a transport company deliver them to a border crossing for a fraction of that. We may go that way. Tavo says my favorite plane is a 172. Close second is a PC-12. It saved my life. You know, when an aircraft saves your life, that's a good reason. 172, I got a lot of hours in 172s way, way back, a long time ago. Mexican Spec says, you didn't finish that comment for me, Buff. Oh, what one was that? It's scrolling by really fast here. Love to have one now, but Craig May, love to have one now, but I've been following Paul's build, blue two-door. He's a bloke that converted the four-door Tirana into a two-door cool build. I don't know who that is. Is that a YouTube channel? Daniel Morrissey, F-16 Fighting Falcon, 2 seats. Yeah, it seems to me, there's one that's kind of a big, long canopy thing.
Quick, just real quick. I feel like a dentist. I'm like, all right, just one quick.
Okay, let's see here. I'm trying to. Man, it's scrolling so fast. I'm sorry. I'm missing everybody's stuff. Next Spec says, Buff, it is a 600. It's 600 to send a car from Veracruz to Florida. 5,500 is way out of line. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if you can ship it through the U.S. on a truck without having it actually land in the U.S., it's actually shipping directly to Canada. I suppose, that'll all work out. I was going to say something about that it's way scrolled past here now, but the F-16, do you ever watch a Daniel Morrissey, you ever watch a YouTube channel called Mover and Gonky? Mover, Mover, and Gonky, Gonky. These guys flew. They're both former fighter pilots. They're pretty much done with that. They're flying airliners or helicopters and things now. But one of them flew F-16s. Then he went Navy and flew F-18s. Then he went Air Force again and flew T-38s. And Gonky was in the Navy, flew F-18s, and then he ended up in the Air Force flying T-38s. But if you listen to those guys, you hear a lot of F-16 stories. Pretty interesting stuff. Talos says, if money was no object, I'd load 4 cars into 2 containers shipped to 2 locations in Tennessee. Oh, like from down there to up to here? Let's see, Mike. Moparquet says, my first car season with a car, and I'm so nervous. Oh, well, and excited. Well, yeah. Mexicans, that says 2.5 cars. Oh, well, who gets the half? Moparquet says, nervous to meet people. You're nervous to meet people? You just, everybody likes you, you know? You just get along fine. Why would you be nervous? Talos says, gap between the cars would be filled with engines. Or Rule says, oh, you mean shipping? How much is the car? Yeah, that's just the shipping. Shipping's expensive, especially, you know, right now with fuel, you know. You know, maybe if you wait a month or two, the fuel will come back down again. I'm sure hoping so. Sure hoping so. Yeah, they get the strait opened up to get some oil moving around again. Let's expect says Thunderbird 1968. The other guy, of course, I have another guy that wants to buy in bulk. Okay. Luis says indeed. I'm not sure what that's for.
That means yes.
I know that means yes, but I don't know what he's indeeding to. Mexican spec says it was the price for a container from Mazatlan, Mexico to Vancouver, Canada. It has to go south to Panama first, then back up to Canada. Okay, yeah, it's going to drive the cost way up. Daniel Morrissey, yes, watched it once. Yeah, Mover and Gonky. I don't think I ever miss anything they do. I don't watch their lives because they're so long. I should talk about long lives, but they have like 5, 6, 7 minute videos that are excerpts of their lives, which are really good. So I watch those a lot. Ford Roll says, what was the car price? Let's expect T-Bird. Mark Sabay, all right, it's off to bed for me. Catch y'all later. Okay, Mark. Have fun getting up early. You know, if I had to get up that early, I'd still be up because I'd stay up all night. Oh, man, but then it's rough to go somewhere. So get a good night's sleep there. Mexican Spec says, the Thunderbird, I got a quote from Florida to Pennsylvania, which was $1,000. That's a good price.
That's cheap. I'd be worried. Be careful, because what's going to happen is they're going to take the car and then you're never going to see it again.
Oh.
It's calling one of them scams.
We're talking about a specific car. We need the price for shipping first. That's what Mexican Spec says. Let's see, Moparquet, I am what they call awkward in recovery.
You're okay, Kay.
Awkward in recovery. I've been very awkward and shy and not a very outspoken my whole life. YouTube changed my life. You know, a lot of people are like with a group of friends, like a large group or on YouTube, they are more talkative or maybe they're more comfortable with that. And some people are not comfortable up in front of a group, but they're more comfortable one-on-one. And, you know, with you, I never felt that way. I felt like you were just a pretty friendly person, you know. And you're so much into the cars that, yeah.
Don't worry. Most people are not too hostile. She'll be all right. Partner. Where's the...
Let's see. Barracuda says those BG Pacer hardtops were almost as rare as hen's teeth where I lived. BG Pacer hardtops. Dunedin, New Zealand. Oh, so you were in Dunedin too. But there was one which made me look for one in Australia. I saw quite a few there. Daniel Morrissey says, "Good night, Mark." Oh, you brought. Oh, that's. Oh, you're gonna fix that. Okay.
I'm gonna do. I'll show you what I'm gonna do.
Let's see here. Mark Sauvé. Oh, Mark Sauvé is still here. LOL. I'll probably be up before that due to my bladder wanting to. Yeah, that's yeah.
You'll be back.
Yeah, I usually have to make a bathroom run. Let's see. Tavo, do you have a driver to get you there? Tavo, are you drive? You said you could drive again. I thought maybe you're driving. Oh yeah, here he is because I'm allowed to drive now, but restrictions are automatic within 50-kilometer radius. Well, it's good you're driving.
I avoid traffic. It's been almost 10 years, 8 years since I was in a wheelchair. I still avoid traffic.
Okay, let's see here. Towel says, very good. All BG, I don't know exactly what a BG Pacer is. Is that like a Valiant or, I don't really know what it is. Todd didn't build that. Hey, Shadowman, UDX 435. Good evening. UDX 979 here. And I was, when I drove up to the store tonight, I had, what was I on? Channel 37, lower sideband. Man, was a skip rolling. And it was all coming from northern Alberta. You know, here we are in Tennessee. This northern Alberta was just booming in here. And some from Washington, but mostly northern Alberta. Wow. That was pretty cool. Of course, I got my little barefoot station in my car. I couldn't talk to the guy. I tried. But he was answering probably some bigger stations. Tavo, what country? Tavo is in Australia. He's in the state of South Australia. But you shouldn't give out personal information on the internet. I shouldn't give out personal information on the internet.
Good advice.
What did I do? Oh, Fiji is the model, like both of mine. Pacer is the sportier model with Go Fast stripes. Okay, like the project was meant to have been. Shadowman says, I hear Canada all the time. Yeah, you know, I do too, but usually in the afternoon. Well, maybe I was out there later in the afternoon, because usually I hear way out in the eastern end of Canada. Oh, Mexican Spec says, you gave out your CV number or ham number. Oh, these are just made up numbers. UDX 979 is just a, UDX is a, just like Shadowman. It's kind of a club. It's sort of a private number. It's nothing, nobody could ever look that up. It's just like a club, you know. It's like everybody, I don't know. It's just it's silliness. Gentlemen, UDX4, how do you know it's Canada? Strigola, did you do any work on the drones now being used?
No. Those ones are no.
Kim's going to answer.
They might be using some of them.
You know, they could be, but
they're not.
Most of the ones that I'm seeing are not what I worked on.
They're electric.
Let's see here. Although
they don't tell you what they're doing.
The ones that have warheads on them, those are not what I worked on. I worked on ones that flew like way up there, and they had like fancy looking cameras on them, kind of like a police helicopter has. Shadowman says CB numbers are made up and have no connection to the person. That's right. Yeah, because I know it's Canada because they said it was. And then Tavo says my CB license number was SCG418. See, they used to have, way back, like in the 60s, 70s, yeah, 60s, 70s, I don't know when they ended it, we had to have licenses here in the U.S. for CB, but then a lot of people didn't have licenses, they just run illegal, and it got so bad that the FCC couldn't do anything about it. They finally said, you don't need a license anymore. We're going to just, and they threw all that stuff away. All those old CB license numbers, there's no way to look them up. They're just gone. They just trashed them all. They didn't save any of them.
See, now they would be harvesting those suckers, selling them to data brokers.
Well, you know, some of those old licenses, people that were around then, that was like 50 years ago, they'd be like, hey, I used to have this license, you know, and they'd say it. So, but it doesn't make any difference now. It's kind of like knowing like my father's license number when I was a kid for his car.
Yeah.
JLU 496, but that was on a 56 Ford that was brand new then. Let's see, Barracuda. I didn't know that, Tavo. I didn't think Todd's brought in any two doors. There were plenty of four doors around. When I first saw a Pacer coupe, I was amazed that they existed. You know what's something cool that's in Mexico? Mexican Spec shows them is the what are I was just going to say what they are. It's a two-door Valiant, but it's got the short top on it, but it's a hard top. Am I right? Mexican Spec? I think so. Let's see. Ford Rule says, Buff, there's a guy in Vegas that worked on the Predator drone. Says it in his description. The Predators, there were, for a while, the Predators were in the hangar right next to us. And I worked with those guys, but I didn't work on I worked on a different airplane that was similar weight, similar size. But so I knew those guys, yeah.
Bomber.
Well, the Predator guys I worked with were all R&D guys. They didn't have any weapons on them. They were doing flight testing, and they were, they're using like different engines, and because I was in flight testing, so that's what we were doing out there. Louis says, I wish Simon Fordman, he got a 70 Dodge Charger, get to restore the next week. Straight bullet, I can't remember the CB license number. Yeah. Craig May says, Fordman is a legend. Shadowman says, I'm working on getting my FRN for GMRS FRS. GMRS is something I just never got interested in. I don't know why. I kind of like that. I kind of like the idea of it. Right here we use these things, but these are on, this is MERS, MURS, which we just use around on the property. And they're not very powerful. And what's really cool about these on the property, here, we can hear each other fine, but there's no interference from anywhere else. Because MERS, can't run any power, and they're just little things. But it would be kind of interesting to learn about the GMRS. GRMS is you have to have a license for it, but it's just you just buy it. You don't have to take a test. but there's repeaters and things, so you can talk some distance and you can run more power. It's pretty interesting. Mexican Spec says 2-door hardtop, 67 through 69 Valiant. Yeah, that's, you really caught me off guard there on your live, because I didn't even notice that there was no B pillar on that car. You pointed it out, and then I thought, oh yeah, that's why it looks different. There's no B pillar. Barry Kuda says, I see the race driver Bob, I don't know how to pronounce it, Tullius, has died. I don't know who he is, but I hate to see race drivers die. I hate to see anybody die. Buddy Carafano, I thought you were not to mix body filler on cardboard. Why not? I'm not mixing it on cardboard. Kim is. Craig May. Hemi 6 hardtop. Yeah, no Hemis up here. No 6-cylinder Hemis up here.
You probably shouldn't. It sucks up all the juice.
Mexican Spec says to Buddy Carafano, there are no rules in the Buff and Kim ship. Shadow Man says rules are meant to be broken.
The daytime guys got to be more careful because somebody's watching us. Nobody's gonna tell what we did here, are they? I'm just reinforcing what he did before. He put this stuff around the face, but I noticed that there's like a lip around the back. I'm worried if somebody bumps it that it'll.
Yeah, you're getting.
Crack.
You're doing exactly what needs to be done.
I'm just reinforcing.
Shadow Man says license free under half watt. Daniel Morrissey says GMRS is fun. Oh, you're into GMRS? Stray Bullet. I had a pair of walkie-talkies when I was young. My first radio was I was in 3rd grade, 1963, and I got a Heathkit walkie-talkie for Christmas, and I built it. My dad and I built it together. It didn't work. I had a neighbor, and his parents had CB radios. First time I was introduced to CB radios. And their father built everything with Heathkit, which is how I got turned on to Heathkits. But they all had Heathkits. So I took it over there, and he had a field strength meter, and he sat there and tuned it a little bit, and it worked great. So I had a good walkie-talkie, and we all talked to each other on walkie-talkies, which was pretty cool. Now, those kids, every hour they had to put up the antenna of their walkie-talkie and call their father or their mother, whoever's at home, and check in. This is where I am. This is who I'm playing with. They tell them what time they had to be home or what time to call in next. And those kids kept in contact with the house with their Heathkit walkie-talkies they built. Man, that's pretty cool. It's 3rd grade, 4th grade. So that's how I got into CB radios. With a 100 milliwatt Heathkit walkie-talkie. Mexican Spec says, sorry, that was shot. That was shot? Sorry, that was shot. David T. I sold a 69 VF Valiant hardtop 2-door to my mate. Nice cars. I assume that has a long top. Does the top come back and then down kind of almost like a fastback, but not quite? Has a window that dishes way in like this? Or is it like a 4-door sedan with a short top? I'm not sure. Stray Bullet. I used to have lengthy conversations with myself. I've owned 4 VFs, 9 VGs in my time. Not a single one was a hardtop. Man, I sure like hardtop. That's what I want to do with this car. And we found a hardtop, and the hardtop's lower, so we found one. So we were going to go get it. I wanted to get the pieces off it, but then there was no glass, so I have to find some glass.
It was going to be a ton
of work. And then we got to put the long doors on it. And I can do that. But then when I saw Tavo's and I saw
at that point it'd been easier to start with that.
I saw the short doors on his Ute, and I went, man, that's what we got to do. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But Carfano liked Schultz. I see nothing wrong. I know oh, that's Schultz. Yeah. I know nothing. I wish I could speak like he does. I know nothing. I see nothing. I know nothing. That guy is funny.
See nothing. we will get it. Won't hurt. I'm just doing a little bit of reinforcing. There's like no backer behind it. Sort of flying without steel behind it.
Flying without.
Yeah, so I'm just like tapering it. You see what I'm doing. I'm tapering it back. I use a little rubber square like tire patch, and I just squeezed it all back in behind.
Squeezing it.
And the only reason I used the green, the short strand, was because all the other putty that we have is really stiff because it's old. And this is like really fresh and goopy, so I used it so we'd be sure. And I mixed it really, really cold, so it'll take a while to set up because I don't need to go at it more than once tonight. So.
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. Tullius was one of the first competitors in the Trans Am series. At that time, he was racing a 66 Dodge Dart. Okay, so this older guy. Tavo says 68 Dart body buff. Okay. Daniel Morrissey, realistic TRC CB radios in the mid-70s. We used crystals. Man, that's how it was with me. Everything was crystals back then. And, then they came out with all this electronically controlled, I forget what they call them. There's a name for that where it's all tuned electronically. Buddy Carafano says, build a station wagon to match the Ute. You know what I want to do? I thought about that, but what I want to do, I'm going to bring up a picture here. It'll take me a minute to find it. Oh, it's this one, but for some reason, I'm having a hard time making this work. Let's see if I can make this work. It's not centered. I don't know why that's not centered. I have trouble with this. I don't know why. Maybe this will work. Maybe it won't. Nope. Kim will know how to make this work because I don't know. I don't know how to center that up. I tried to center it up on the other screen and it doesn't. Oh yeah, that's right. Ford Rule says phase lock loop. That's exactly right.
Select the
you get a couple of points for that.
In the sources down at the bottom left, sources. Select the source that shows the thing that you want to change.
Window capture. Okay.
See how it's outlined in red?
Yeah.
Now, if you go up there and click on it, you should be able to drag. There.
And then I go back to out of window capture to Google Window or something. I don't know. Now I got to figure it out. Anyway, that's what I want to do rather than building the station wagon. I want to build it. If you're in the east, you'd call it a cap. If you're out west, you'd call it a camper shell. There might be some other names for one of those things. I don't know what they call them down under. But I'd kind of like to build a thing like that we could put on there, a cover. So you could take it off, put it on. Yeah, and I think that would be I think we could do that out of fiberglass pretty easy. I'll go back to this camera. Okay, let's see here. What happened? Mexican specs taken off? What's going on? What happened here? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Daniel Morrissey says vacuum tube receivers. Man, my first shortwave was a Hallicrafters receiver. It had vacuum tubes in it, and that was a pretty nice thing. I had it in the headboard of my bed when I was like, I don't know, 13, 14, 15, 16, like my whole early teens, and I listened to radio stations all over the, shortwave stations all over the world. I was always kind of a radio guy. Oh, going way back, kids' walkie-talkies ran on 27 megahertz, channel 14. That's exactly the same thing as here. Exactly the same as here. Uh, Driving up the road one day, we saw two kids with their new Christmas gifts switched to CB channel 14 and told them, "Please stop talking on police radio." Yeah, that was pretty mean. That was really mean. Stray Bullet calls it a topper. Okay, I've heard that before too. Todd Swift. Good evening. Oh, if I could get back to it, I want wagon roof and pillars. Turn my Ute into a sedan delivery. Oh man, now you got me showing pictures here. Uh, where is it? It's going to take me a minute to find this now. Um, where is it? Let's see if I can make this work. I'm not so sure this is going to work. I'm going to try to make it work. Well, you can see part of it. That's a station wagon that I photoshopped into a sedan delivery, and I kind of like that. But that's a lot of work. I'm not. That's probably not what we're going to do. I don't really want to convert another one of these cars. Buddy Carnifano says a pickup with a cap is a wannabe van. Oh, I don't know. Craig May says, "You mean a glide-on camper?" A glide-on camper, is that what they call it? I don't know. I just want to be able to put a cap on it so I can have stuff inside, and then if I want a little pickup truck, I just take it off. David T, man, I still love my shortwave and ham. Oh, I got really mixed feelings about going out and getting my ham ticket because I don't know. I was ready to take the test. I went and took a class, and it was like week after week after week, took class, and then the pandemic hit, and we were doing the class in the some multipurpose room downtown, and they kicked us out. They closed the multipurpose room because of the pandemic, so we didn't finish the class. We were supposed to take the test in there. It just didn't happen. So that was what, in 01 or in 2021. So then, since then, I've watched Ham Radio Crash Course on YouTube. I'm sure I could go past the test, and I don't know. I've got kind of mixed feelings about it right now. I'm having a lot of fun with my CB radio, and it's not as crazy as it used to be, like in the 70s and 80s, where there's like 4,000 people on there all at once. It's a lot quieter. If you're on channel 38, it's bad. If you're on channel 6, it's bad. If you're on channel 9, Mexico has that's their big shoot and skip channel. So those channels are kind of busy. But you can go on other channels and it's much quieter, and you can talk some distance even with Barefoot Station, So I don't know. I've got a Yaesu radio, a ham radio, so I could do HF, but I don't know. I may go take the test, and then once I take the test, get the technician license, then I'm not going to be able to stop. I'll have to upgrade. So I don't know. And then right now they're giving the test, but it's on Tuesday nights. Well, Tuesday nights when we do our live, so that's my excuse right now. Stray Bullet, I call them capper shells, but I've heard people call them toppers too. Yeah. See, when I was out west, I just thought it was a camper shell, and then I got out back east, and people were talking about a cap, and I didn't even know what they were talking about. And then I guess I figured it out when one of them drove up and said, "I just put a cap on it." Like, oh, okay, I get it. Very cool. Just after I bought the Pacer, I saw advertised in Melbourne Trade and Exchange a BF Coupe with a BE front, 383 and 727 for about what I paid for the VG. I would have been tempted, but yeah, that's it, about 100%. Okay, you were looking at that Photoshop thing that I did. Craig May says a canopy. You could put canopy. Stray Bullet says make the camper shell out of polished aluminum. I thought about that. It'd be really light, but man, I don't know. Then you got to keep it that way, you know. I think what we'll do is what I want to do is make. I don't know if we're going to do it right away. Is make it out of foam, make it out of styrofoam, you know, some thick styrofoam, and then carve the corners so they're rounded a little bit. Just round it off a bit so it looks good. Fiberglass over it, and make it a, you know, and then fiberglass it on the inside. Make it a
well, that's the point of having a nice rail at the top here, nice even rail, so that you can
you'll be able to attach
mount
that.
something to it.
So then we could have a nice sandwich construction cap that would be incredibly strong. You start making, you know, a foam core with fiberglass on both sides of it. They're light. That'll be light and just strong as hell. I mean, they build airplanes. They build airplane wings like that.
Hey, would you do a check on the other camera?
Well, I do a check on the other camera. I will. Let's see what we got. Oh, yes. Is that what you want to see?
It's a little bright, huh?
It's a little bright. But you know what? Down in the bed, it's not too bad. Yeah, over on the wall, it's really bright. You can see our wood stove over there. Okay, and then this, we can do it like that, too.
I'm going to do something.
Okay, let me put it back there so you can... Kim's going to do some adjustments while I'm sitting here talking. Let's see here. Where was this?
How's that? That looks a little better.
It does. Look at the back wall. It's not so bright now.
Yeah, we're not blowing out on the door.
Okay, let's see here. I'm just going to try to figure this out. Ford Rule says that's an idea. Full-size wagon into a Ranchero four-door. Oh, like a four-door Ranchero, which would be like a, what do you call it? Like a crew cab. A crew cab Ranchero. Daniel Morrissey, growing up, I converted the side of my nightstand into a radio. Into a radio control base. I did cutouts for CB, scanner, weather radio, clock, some other things. Man, I didn't know you were into all this stuff. Do you have a CB now? We can talk skip between here and there. Bruce Colchin says, in 1962, I assembled a realistic radio kit. Imagine my shock when it actually worked. Man, you did that a year before I did. I did that in 63. But it was a heat kit. David T., you're true. I home. Kim's over there. Cut. See here, David T., you're true. I only use CB and listen into the rest. Some of the U.S. cowboys boom in here on AM. Must be pushing 1,000 watts. Yeah. And where are you? Maybe you've told me before. I'm not sure where you are. Louise says, I agree. Stray Bullet says, Kim will keep it polished. I said that after she left. She just went outside. If I did an aluminum, I'd probably treat the aluminum and paint it with some self-etching primer, and then paint it the same color as the car. Let's see here. Stray Bullet says you'll keep it, the aluminum camper shell polished.
We'll be out here every day.
That's too much work. That's way too much work. I had an airplane with aluminum. I had an airplane with aluminum wing, and we polished it. Every time we flew, it had bugs on it. We polished the leading edge again. Then the rest of it didn't look as good. So then we polished the rest of it. And one day, I had enough of it, and I sanded it, self-etch primed it, painted it. And that was the end of that. And then all we had to do was wash it. Very good. I should have done a Pacer replica for my BG sedan in the 80s, but I didn't think of it. Lack of imagination, I suppose. You know, that's the problem with a good imagination is that every day you think of new stuff you want to do, and every day you get a little older with a little less time to do all the stuff you think of. Daniel Morrissey says, Buff, we can all get our ham license and we can have that. The Buff's Hammer Radio 2 Radio, the Buff Hammer YouTube Radio Club Live. Hey, if you're into that stuff, on he doesn't do. Here, I'm going to switch back to this because nobody can see me. I'm going to switch to here so you can see me and Kim, maybe sort of. What's his name? 390 Wagon Master. That's a channel. 390 Wagon Master, and you can watch it. But he does the lives usually about once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, and all this in here with UDX numbers. He's the guy that gives out the UDX numbers, and it's pretty interesting. Oh, you're in Melbourne. Wow, and you can hear us down there. Yeah, you probably can't hear me because I'm not running any kind of power. Just running on sideband. We're limited. I don't know what you're limited to. We're limited to 12 watts on sideband. That's all I run. But I've got for a mobile, it's a pretty nice station. You know, it's like I got a good antenna and everything's grounded and everything works well. You know, if you do a good installation, things will work well. Mean Street Mopar is here. Good evening. Tavo would have been worth doing a replica this side of the ditch. Genuine ones were cheap enough. Oh, I see. Yeah, who's the guy? I can't think of his name right now. I was watching now. I can't think of his name. Kim, did smoke come out? Did that thing close while you had it open?
It's closed now. A lot of smoke.
Yeah, okay, I can smell it over here.
Yeah, it's smoke.
You know, they have that station wagon. We didn't get the station wagon here either. Yeah. Craig May says in the 90s you had to switch your CB off as you approached Melbourne because all the crap blowing. Anyone remember the Bull Bar? I don't know. I know that here in the U.S. in the 70s, the CB radio was, you couldn't talk. There's so many people on there. It was just, if you were like a block away with some power, maybe you could hear somebody. It's pretty bad. But now there's not, you know, if the skip isn't in, you don't hear anybody, you know. Maybe out on the highway, if you're on channel 19, you hear a truck or something now and then. Barracuda, that BG got hit from behind with the nicest VF in town, doing about 75 miles an hour. My car was written off. Oh, that's too bad. His car was fixed with front parts off mine. Yeah. Bruce Culture says imagination is cheap. Completion is expensive. Yeah, tell me about it. That's what we're doing here. You want me to put this? I'll put it back on here. Yeah. Because we're both here. Yeah, Thomas says at least one survived the ordeal. How things have changed. Dean Stevenson, I was picked up by Mrs. Ecstasy, who matter transported me home. Louise says 1977 Pontiac Firebird Trans Ams. I like those things. Dean Stevenson says I'm back with my keyboard in hand. Then Louise says 77 Pontiac Le Mans. I would rather have the Trans Am. 77 was a pretty good year. I think my favorite Trans Am was probably like that. I don't know. The original ones, what were they, like 74? Those are pretty nice. Well, those aren't the original ones. It was the first generation, too. But 74 was pretty good, the early ones. And then the very last ones, like 79 and 80, that had that front end that swooped way down. I kind of liked that, too. But 77 was pretty good as well. Leslie LeSabre, when I took electrical engineering classes in the early 70s, they were still teaching vacuum tube theory. Really? well, you know what they called, uh, yeah, like the Brits, you know what they call vacuum tubes? Valves, which kind of makes sense. It's electrical.
Vacuum tubes went out of vogue so fast. Except for sound. For amplifiers, they're still very valuable. For everything else, they just,
you know,
bam, they were gone like that.
You know, my son and my grandson, you know, they play electric guitars, and they've got one amp they really like, and it's got vacuum tubes in it. And I'm like, why? And they go, well, it sounds better. It has a more rich sound and all this. I guess. Daniel Morrissey says, Buff, do you have a tuner for your CB antenna? No, I do not. No, I tuned it with I've got a, what's that thing called? Can't think of what it's called. It's got a little adjustment on the top. And I got a couple of SWR meters, so I set it and got it so that SWRs are really good. So I tuned it with it's a fire stick, the 3-foot fire stick on the back of the, on the deck lid. And I know some people in here got upset with me for drilling holes in the deck lid.
Drilled a hole in a deck lid? Oh my gosh.
But I wanted man, I was driving that car today. I had the window down. It was really nice out. So I got the window down, and I'm kind of slowing down, coming up to a stop. And some young guy, a kid, he's probably like 15, 17, he yells at me, "Hey, I like your car!" Thanks. But there I am driving along with like 1978 car with a CB antenna on the back of it. Looks like 1978 all over again.
People do really get a kick out of that car.
Stray Bullet, is your tailgate still giving you problems, Steve? Oh, so I don't know what's going on there.
I think I got this. I broke the welds.
Barry Kuda says, yeah, Tahoe, his VF was pretty messed up. Tahoe, I have a working vacuum tube TV. No. I use it with a digital set-top box. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy Carfano says, I like the 69 Firebird over the 69 Camaro. I do not. I do not like the front of the 69 Firebird, and I don't know why. It's just, I think the 67 and 8 Firebirds were so good looking in the 69. It's like, I don't know. I had a 69 Camaro. That was my first Camaro. I liked it. Then I had a 67 Camaro, and I liked it even better. And it wasn't the looks of it. It was just I liked driving it. It was a nicer car. Well, actually, the 69 was a nicer car. The 67, it got nicer after I had it, and the 69 was just a Camaro. 307 3-speed. The 67 was the SF. Kim's hammering. The 67 was an SS with RS package on it, 350. It was weird, 350 with a power glide. But then it had a 12-volt posi rear end. So I don't know. Somebody must have ordered that. Kind of a weird thing, but I like the car. I really like driving it. Tahoe says, part of my... You trying to flatten that out?
Yeah, it's going better.
Daniel Morrissey, when I tune... I gotta wait till the camera is finished.
It's almost like we're in the shop on Thursday nights getting work. Hey, go ahead. I'm done. You're set.
Okay, Daniel Morse says, when I tuned a lot in the 70s, I had a nice metal ruler like the metal one you purchased, and I'd cut the standard 1/4 of an inch on the notch. Cut the standard 1/4 of an inch on the notch. Philistine, who would drill a hole in your deck lid? Geez. I drilled 4 holes in the deck lid. There's a big one in the middle, and then 3 that could bolt the thing down. I don't know. I got another deck lid if I want.
Oh, he's got another one. He's just got.
I wanted a CB radio. I wanted a CB antenna that worked. I'm sorry.
He's got all those decks lying around.
I enjoy the car.
Wealthy deck lid mogul.
I enjoy the car.
This piece of metal here was messing up my flow thing here.
Okay.
So I busted it off. You could see the welds. I busted it off the welds. So now it's ready to go.
Okay.
Nice little here. I want a nice fit. I don't want.
Is that the one we got to take outside and grind the stuff off of it?
Maybe.
Okay, we can't get the parts to fix them anymore, Tabo. Remember when there was, Strigold says, remember when there was television electronics repair shops? I do real well.
Next door.
Yeah. One of my closest friends, his father had a TV stereo sales and service shop, and they had a Ford van. The early Ford Econoline vans, remember the ones that had the 6-cylinder engine right next to the driver? They had one of those, and they'd go out and do service calls. And they'd go to your house and fix your TV, or maybe you take it into them, but usually they'd come out and fix them. And then if you wanted to buy a TV or a stereo, you'd go in there. Man, I got a radio up here. Yeah, it's up there. I don't think I can reach it. I bought that from them in 1967, and it's a little Channel Master radio that receives aircraft, and you tune it doesn't have crystals or anything. You tune it like an AM radio where the dial goes across. And I used to listen to the airplanes out at the airport near where I lived, and I bought that from their TV and electronics repair shop. It's pretty cool. Still have it. Buddy Carpano says 67 had the vent windows. Missed them on newer cars. Yeah, and that's one of the things I did like about that 67. Neither of my Camaros had air conditioning, but that 67 had the vent windows, which is really nice. Carbide Jones. I had the good fortune of talking to my neighbor's brother that flew every plane from the F-80 to the F-4. Wow. Yeah, the F-80 that was older. You know what a TF-33 is? It's like a 2-place F-80. It's like it's a training aircraft. When I was in Hawaii in the late 70s at Hickam Air Force Base, they still had TF-33s they were using for trainers. They looked just like the F-80s. And of course the F-4s were all over the place when I was in the Air Force. The F-15 came out and was replacing the F-4s while I was in.
Okay, I'm going to hammer. Go ahead.
She's going to hammer some more.
Go ahead and show me.
Show you?
Yeah, with the camera.
Okay, I gotta show her. I gotta change cameras. Okay, I'm showing Kim.
Showing.
Kevin Smith. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, Tabo. Towel says, yeah, when a new TV would cost another 6 months' wages, or fixing it was 6 hours' wage. Now it's the opposite. Yeah, you know, oh, Kim, you're really close to the camera. Well, I don't know what you're doing. It's just I looked up and like you're really in the camera. Yeah, my mom and dad bought a big console, black and white TV, huge thing. It had a TV in the middle, record player on one side, and an AM/FM radio on the other side. Big old piece of furniture.
You should have, if you're talking to the people, you should have your face on there as well. It should be both.
Yeah. Okay. So, but you asked me to put it over there, so I put it over there. Anyway, they bought this big piece of furniture, and it was like $800 in 1961. My father was making about $400 a month, so that was like 2 months' wages for a TV set. And of course, when something would go wrong with it, the repairman would come over and fix it.
Now we've just all been trained to throw everything away.
What was I so upset about today? Having something was no good. Oh, I know. You weren't there for that. I had my my car at the grocery store. I put everything in the trunk, closed the trunk, started the car up, and then I thought, I'm going to go look and make sure all my turn signals work, so I walk around the car. Well, there's 3 lights on each side in the back, and on the left turn signal, only 2 of the lights were working. So I open the trunk up, and I start messing with it. And one of the Chinesium sockets that I bought has failed. Brand new socket. It's already no good. So, yeah. So I was kind of disappointed in that. But Kim wasn't there for that. She would have got upset with me for being upset at the thing, at the socket. Carbide Jones says he was shot down twice. Once in Korea and once in Vietnam. Man, did he end up taken prisoner, or was he able to get picked up? Man, I knew a guy who was shot down in Vietnam, and he was over North Vietnam in an F-100, and he did not want to punch out. Oh, hey, Braden, hello. I just tell you, I'm trying to talk, but. Thanks for being here. Stop for a second. David, thanks for being here. Have a good drive. Okay. Okay. Can I talk for a second? Okay. Steve Edwards just popped in. Says, I got a mic for the realistic for you if you want it. How much? And yeah, I do. I probably do want it. And Braden, I said hi to you, but you scrolled by and we were hammering, so you might not have heard me. Oh boy, Face Mom. Oh boy, Face Mom just called the cops on her, and no Faith is getting arrested for no reason. What? Oh boy, Face. Oh, Faith. It says Face Mom is just called Constant, man, you had a lot of drama up there. I wonder what's going on. Maybe Faith should run to your house before that happens.
Oh, don't run away from the
What?
cops.
Well, wait a minute. Well, if you run away before they get there. See here. Tavo got a message deleted by Kevin. What's going on? Kevin, what's going on? I gotta go see what happened here. Still the TV upgrade every 2 years. Why'd you delete that? I guess I can't put it back. Yeah. Anyway, what Tavo said was we used to rent the TV upgraded every 2 years for a newer, flashier model. Kevin says, oh no. Who did that? Then who did it?
Kevin disavowed the...
Kevin said he didn't do it, but it said Kevin did it. So I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Carby Jones, rescued both times. Excellent. Glad to hear that. Steve Edwards says, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, that's right. Braden says, Faith told me to tell you, no, I'm not going to be okay. I'm getting arrested because my mom called the cops and made allegations again against me. Now I won't get out until my sisters will bail me. Oh, man. Maybe it's some kind of, I don't know, I probably shouldn't say. They need to work that out. Kevin Smith says, get her done, Kim. Kevin Smith. Oh, what the hell? I didn't do that. Yeah, he said that. $25 ship. Okay, let's do it. I can't give you the $25 from here, but when I get down to the house after the live stream, I'll take care of that. And thank you. Kevin Smith says, why is it showing I blocked? I don't think it showed you blocked him. I think it showed that you deleted one of his messages. I don't know why that happened. I just assumed you did it. I don't know. Carby Jones says that the early jets were intolerant of mistakes. Yep. A lot of airplanes are intolerant of mistakes. How well I know. When you said goodbye to your wife, you meant it. Yeah. Vietnam that's a whole bad deal. Kevin says, I can't undo whatever happened. Yeah, I tried to undo it. You can't undo it. We all know what he said. It was a mistake. We're not going to worry about it. Dean Stevens says, Braden, I hear you. Best wishes. Sounds manky. What is manky? Manky. Must be New Zealand. New Zealand. Oh, slang. Yeah, Powell still here. I'm scrolling through here, and I do not see Toggle. I do not see Toggle.
What, completely blocked?
Well, I don't know. It says, Kevin says, why is it showing I blocked Toggle? Oh, how do I unblock him? Maybe you did block him.
You've got it.
But he's gone. I don't know how to undo that. Well, I don't think he did it. I think it's a mistake. Okay.
I gotta go to the house and do it. I can't do it from here because it'll disrupt you talking to everyone else. Everyone will just have to sit here and.
You have a way to do that?
Here.
Okay. Well, we're gonna try to fix this. No. Yeah. Okay, so then what'll happen?
He's not in timeout or anything like that.
No, when you go up there to top fans, you can't even find him.
He's not blocked.
Okay, Mexican Spec says he was unbanned, so it should be fine. Yeah, but he's gone. Let me see if I can. Let me see if we can find him. Yeah, something happened, and nobody knows how that happened, but it happened.
We can't get banned now.
Yeah. We're trying to find him. I don't see him in the list. Mexican Spec sees him somehow. Don't know. Mexican Spec says, I can send a message so he is here. Okay. Steve Edwards says, email your address so I can send it out tomorrow. I can put it right here. Kim, it's 37052, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't mind having this address on here. If anybody wants to send me anything, use this address. Stray Bullet says, Tavo was lost in the internet somewhere. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. No idea what happened. Barry Kuda says, New Zealand first got color TV in 1974 to coincide with the Commonwealth Games. My family didn't have color until 1980. First thing I saw was baseball. Okay, Mexican Spec says it shows Tavo is active, so it is fine. Okay, I don't know how you do that, but you have a way of doing that. Okay, Dean Stevenson. Situation generally. Manky is a UK informal adjective used to describe something that is unpleasantly dirty, filthy, grimy, or in poor, shoddy condition. But as a situation, it's descriptive. I get it. Ah, Tim, Tim. I just got smacked in my ear with Spark. He went right in my ear. I'm sitting in the wrong place. If you want me to move, I'll move while you're doing that.
I don't know how it got over there.
I don't know. It just like sparked in my ear. I put a hood up so I could not get not get sparked on. Okay.
Can they see me?
Well, not they could see what you were doing until you walked away. Yeah, we'll watch both of us. Kevin Smith says, "Hope Tavo isn't angry at me." Well, if he's able to listen to all this, he knows that it's just something goofy happened. Mexican Spec says, "Put the @ sign and start to write his name. He shows up." Oh, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that would work. Mexican Spec says to Kevin Smith, "Tavo doesn't get angry; he gets even." Oh man. Dean Stevenson, I
lost control.
saw Sesame Street and the Tom Foolery Show in 1975 on our Otago Central Electric Power Board supplied by Bidmatic. My father always said he didn't believe in color TV. He didn't want it. It was just an unnecessary expense. I went in the Air Force. I came home and there's a big brand new color TV sitting in the house after I moved out. I thought it was pretty funny. You think you ever had a black and white TV again? Never. Kevin Smith, I wasn't even near my phone when this happened. Who the heck knows? Some goofy crap happened. Luis says, Kim, ten cuidado. Oh, that means be careful.
I'm careful.
It's like in Russian, осторожно. See, now there's the Russian word for the night. Осторожно, be careful.
Oh, listen to that. Say it again, because I'm recording.
Осторожно.
Russian word for the night. Осторожно.
Осторожно.
Осторожно. Hasta la vista.
That's different.
In sports name.
Barry Cuda says the Beachcombers was a popular Canadian show. It seems that it wasn't on TV in America. See, the Beachcombers, never heard of it. Yeah, we didn't have that here. Hey, Tim's here. Tim, how's the weather up there? Are you still cold or is it getting warmed up? We're getting warmed up.
Yeah, now.
And Braden says, I miss Gearhead. Yep. Yeah, that was a sad evening, wasn't it? Talk over the camera. Oh, Tavo. Hey, folks, just been reading back. Yeah, still here, kind of. I was AWOL for 10 minutes. Oh, well, something happened. I got to scroll back because if people talk to me, I can't. I mean, it's just scrolling by and I can't respond to anything. Okay, let's see. A lot happened while I wasn't talking. Dr. Goes here. Hey, good evening. Uh, and the Mexican spec, I know up there you were somewhere like 3 pages back. You said that Luis is trying to teach me Spanish. You know the problem with reading Spanish on here is I don't get the pronunciation right. And yeah, I need to learn Spanish better.
Hey, I lost my glasses. Can you help me figure out where I put them?
Where'd you put your glasses? Kim lost her
Oh, no,
glasses.
I put them up on the roof so they get sparks.
On the roof. Okay. Yeah, and Pavo, something happened. Kevin Smith, it says that he took you away or something. He didn't do it. We don't know what happened. So Kim was trying to get you back, and while she was doing that, she made you into a mod. So I don't know what happened. I don't know.
You're a mod.
So now you're blue.
Don't worry, we won't push you too hard.
And he says he'll be gone for another 10 shortly. The post office is open for its 1 hour. Man, they're really stingy with the post office down there. 1 hour. Is it like a big rush of people come in, or is there that few people around there that it's not busy? Carby Jones says, my neighbor was a plank owner on the BB-59 Massachusetts. Dr. Go says, hello to Spec. I haven't had time to go back to watch your live to get that car story, but I will. His lives are pretty good, aren't they? He has a lot. He shows a lot of good cars, you know. So that's what's. I always like watching his lives, even if I can't afford to buy another car. If I bought another car, I don't know where I'd put it. I don't have room for the cars I have.
Yeah, that's wrong.
But I sure like that Ford Ka. I want that thing. Is it a cat or a Ka? I always heard it was a Ka, but I was in England when they were calling it a Ka. Buddy Carfano, my first TV was a 13 black and white. My new TV, 75-inch flat screen. Amazing how much things. My first TV was a 7-inch Sony that I bought myself. This little 7-inch Sony in the headboard of my bed, right next to my shortwave radio. I was all set up as a teenager. Communication station right in the headboard of my bed. Then Braden says, "Sprechen Sie Deutsch?" So you speak German? In Russian, I'm asking if you speak German. Tavo says, open 3:15, closes 4:15. School bus arrives 3:45, so they open to coincide with the parents collecting kids. Well, that's convenient. And Mexican Spec says, I have a whole new batch for Saturday's show. Okay, that'll be good. Carby Jones witnessed the whole war from John Bart to the Japanese surrender. Dean Stevenson, John Lennon. No, he told me there's days like these. That's an Iowa class battle wagon. Man, this is. I want to read this. I am not keeping up with this. The mic I'm sending off is off a TRC 55 base. That's fine as long as it'll work. It's great. Warble Wood Chips here. Hey, how you doing? Very good. He's a mod. He's a mod. Yeah. That's because Kim was trying to fix, and she made him a mod. How to bring him back because he went off into Never Never Land from some kind of error. But he's been around here long enough. He can be a mod.
That's right.
Kevin Smith. Every time I lose my glasses, they're always on my head. Yeah, I've walked around looking for my phone, and it's in my hand. That's pretty bad. And Mexican Specs looking for Thunderbird 1968. Oh, well, my first TV was a 12-inch black and white, second hand, $10. My first one was it was like I said, it was a 7-inch Sony, bought with my paper out money, and it was $95 in some store that had Sony products. And the reason I got the Sony is because it would run on house current or on 12 volts. And I knew eventually I'd put it in a car, which I did. Actually, I put it in the back of my van. That's where it was. And I really liked that because I took that van and I stayed in it. I camped in it when I was in the Air Force Reserves, and I camped back there and watched TV. It was pretty cool. Really enjoyed that. Dr. Go says, got close to 40 inches of snow recently. Clearing my driveway usually takes me 20 minutes, but this took me 3 hours with a 26-inch wide walk behind snowblower. Oh my God. And then Steve Edwards says, TRC 55 base station mic. Okay. Woodward Chips saying hi. Braden says, what ATV snowmobile UTV should I mod out? How should I mod it out? I don't know, man. I thought you need a car to go to No Name National. Okay, top mod. We never have to time him out. World of Wood Chip doing some Uncle Tony bodywork over here. If I take my time and try my best, the bike must look like a fifth grader. You paint like I do. Buddy Carafano says, anyone else get yelled at for watching TV when you should have been sleeping? Are you being responsible enough? You know what I did? I had a little earphone, and I turned the brightness way down, then I turned the contrast way down. You could barely see the TV. I learned more from Johnny Carson than I did from school, because I had that TV on at night. And I didn't. My parents never caught me. Not with the TV on. Kevin Smith says, now Tabo can block me. Braden, TVs are the worst investment. That's why you never buy expensive, because you're never worth anything when you go to get rid of them. You're going to have to kind of read each other, because I can't read them all. It's the noise. Kevin Smith said his dad kicked the TV out of the house. We found other stuff to do. We had a TV, and we could watch it in the afternoon. Just before dinner. But after dinner, well, it was off during dinner. After dinner, my father decided what was on TV. That was that, it was his TV. And of course, there weren't many stations, so we probably watched what it was. Tim, and Tim said it's getting warmer where he is, like 80 degrees or something. That means the snow's gone. Going to take some time tomorrow morning for a ride on my e-bike. Then I'll come home to turn the sprinklers on. Then it's truck time. Back to the truck. Kevin says, played a lot of games and built models. Man, I built a lot of models. World of Woodchuck, wait till you see the hideous Uncle Tony engine I'm going to assemble. Oh, I want to know what that is. World of Woodchuck. I say this all with the utmost affection. Dean says it sounds majestic. Dr. Braden. Easy mod to a 2-stroke motor. If you use 2 gaskets at the base of the cylinders where it meets the case, it will slightly raise the torque. Then you have to deck the head the same as added. Oh, man. Braden says, what about that rotten...
Almost done. You can see.
That was noisy. Okay, so.
Hey, if you have 100 points and you would like a Del Campamino spouse, let us know. Email buckdelcampa@gmail.com. 100 points. We will mail you one of those.
Tim says, after the war, my dad had a TV radio repair shop, so both me and my sister had TVs at the foot of our beds in the late 50s. Who was it? I read it while Kim was cutting. Somebody said that, who was it said my, Buddy Carfano, he said it. I was Dad's remote for TV, made me get up and change station. You know, when I lived at home, before I went in the Air Force, we never had remotes. Yeah, you got up to turn it. My TV's in the headboard of my bed, which
Did you ever own a clicker?
A clicker.
A clicker.
You know where that name comes from? They actually clicked. They made a tink.
That's what I'm saying. Did you ever own one of those?
I did not, but I had friends that. Well, my friends that had the TV shop.
Where's all the things?
All the things.
Oh.
The things. The things in the place.
The things with the stuff, yeah. Go ahead. Did you?
So anyway, my father, they had to get up to change the station. And Tavo's on his way to the post office.
So did you talk about the clicker?
Well, the clicker, what it was a thing that actually went ting, and it had a ultrasonic sound, and you had to kind of point it at the TV, and the TV received that sound, and it did two things: channel up, channel down, and sound up, sound down. That's all the functions it had. But that was really cool. That was really
good enough at the noise that they can clicker without the clicker.
Okay, Kim, what are you going to weld that on there with the?
No.
You don't want to clean the.
Oh, that tool was evil.
It pinched you?
Oh, that hurt so bad.
Tim pinched herself with that pair of vice grips.
Oh, did it get me so bad? Right in the, painful spot. No, I'm not welding on this tonight.
No, I said, okay, so we can still take it outside and grind the... Okay, good, okay. I just wanted to make sure you weren't...
No, I'm not going to weld it.
Sheet metal curly fries. Yeah, we got sheet metal curly fries.
Yeah, those things are worse.
Barracuda says, when TV was new here, my mother and father went to a restaurant because it had one. The first thing they saw was the Flintstones. And the Flintstones was one of my favorite shows. Two shows, Flintstones, and the other one is just like it, except it was the other direction. So what were their names? They lived up in the Jetsons lived up in they lived up in the Space Needle. His boy Elroy. Can you imagine if we had cars like that, and we had the traffic like we do today with like 10,000 cars all the time? You wouldn't be able to, they'd all crash into each other. Oh, man. Stray Bullet. I want to build a copy of a Hemi-powered air raid siren, except I want to power it with a Coyote engine. Man, that's a waste of a Coyote engine, isn't it? Bringing some badly rusted 1,200 cylinders back to usable condition. Will it run a season? Yes. Will it smoke? Stay tuned. Wait a minute, 1,200 rusted 1,200 cylinders. I'm not sure what you're talking about. You know what? We got an engine from Tony. It was a slant six. It had water in it in the cylinders. They were all rusty. So we honed and honed and honed and honed So we got rid of the rust, and they were pulling out eight thousandths worth of honing. So the cylinders are 8 thousandths big, but we got standard pistons in it. So it's 8 thousandths piston to cylinder wall clearance, a little bit on the loose side. But man, does it run good, you know? And so that's not a bad thing.
I mean, it's not an unworkable.
Oh, if you're going to race, you're going to have that kind of piston cylinder wall clearance. So why not? You know? And it doesn't burn oil; it runs great. You know. Of course, they have new pistons and new rings in it. Cast iron rings with a good hone job on it. Tim says I'm going to have to fill my oxygen tank. 40-pound. Have no idea what that costs now. Kim, have we ever filled up an oxygen tank?
No.
No, we haven't. We've only done inert gas.
Oxygen more or less.
Luis says, yep, childhood memories. Very cool. I also like Quick Draw McGraw. You know, I remember that. And I remember my brother watching that a lot. But I don't remember watching it much. Oh, and there's Huckleberry Hound and Jinxie the cat. What were the other ones? I hate those Mises to pieces. Oh, man. And Huckleberry Hound? No, I already said Huckleberry Hound. Who was the bear? With Boo Boo and Yogi Bear and Boo Boo and the Ranger. World of Woodchip. The best thing about the air raid siren was when it rotated 360 degrees to piss off your neighbors evenly.
Do it.
Yeah, I have it to, like the roof opens up and the thing comes up at night so nobody sees it, and rotate it a couple of 360 degrees and have it come back down, close the roof. Nobody will know where it came from. You'll see people outside looking out. There'd be a lot of work in that. Kevin Smith says vice grips are good in a pinch. With an even bigger waste of a Hemi engine. Yeah, just get some big old engine. Who cares what it is? Like a 462 Lincoln or something. It's something nobody cares about. Very good. Very good at this. Honed or bored? No, we honed it. We didn't do it with a dingleberry hone. We did it with, a three blade, whatever you call it, 3-stone kind of hone. And we just went and kept measuring it. But eventually we got it out to, got the rust out of it. But it was 8 thousandths big. It took forever. We wore out some stones.
We did. We went through 3 sets.
We went through 3 sets of stones. But you know what? It's fine, you know.
It was straight. We kept it straight. It didn't go all out around. And
we did videos on it. It's still up. Those
you know what we've never done that we could do that the people will like?
Does anybody remember Dudley Do-Right? Yes, I do.
Is we could do a compression test to show what the variation is.
Oh.
I'll bet you the valves make more variation in the compression than the piston cylinder wall clearance does.
World of Woodchip. I'm going to address the important things with this engine, and the rest I'm going to pretend I didn't see.
You know, if you get the important things, then are the other things really in? I don't know.
How are you doing, Kim? Are you tired?
Just taking a break. How are you?
I'm getting cold. I don't know why, because it's warm in here. It's probably because I've had enough. Well, it's not my feet that are cold.
What's your feet?
Is that thing warm? No, I just started feeling cold. It's just I'm cold. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, we've been here 2.5 hours. So.
Well, I know, but we haven't gotten much done this last week, and I think we go a little long.
Okay, you want to go a little longer? I'll go a little longer.
I think we're going to have to go and do a long one. I guess you could end a stream if
well,
you want to help,
sometimes you want to cut it off at this time, and
well, I have a hard time getting started, but I'm sort of.
Daniel Morrissey just put up some big long thing, and I was about to read it, and it goes, bam, message retracted. Okay. Buddy Carpon, how did Mopar get to use the Roadrunner from the cartoons? They paid for that, and they didn't pay very much for it. And I think afterwards, whoever owned that name, the cartoon company, they probably realized what a bad deal they made.
Well, I don't know. I think they probably both sort of benefit from that, don't they?
Yep, they could have. They could have really benefited from that, yeah. Dr. Go, I remember Felix the Cat Walcock's wagging tail to the TikTok. Man, I don't remember that.
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stray Bullet says they paid Warner, that's who it was, Warner Brothers, a license fee. They sure did. Oh, God. Louis says, the Wild Thornberry. Tim says, funny guys, very short and old, early 60s. Buddy Carfano, any idea for Tuesday? Kim, what do you want to do for Tuesday?
You guys can work it out.
Kevin says, Heavens to Murgatroyd. I remember that. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Steve Edwards, Lost in Space cartoon. Man, I remember the Lost in Space. My brother used to watch that, and I'd come in and watch it for a couple minutes. I didn't like most of the characters. Who was the old guy on there? Maybe he wasn't that old. He sure seemed old at the time.
Yeah, right. He's probably like 45.
Yeah, 45 or something. He's kind of a nasty. He's just a dislikable guy. I mostly didn't watch that show because of that guy. Yeah. Carbide Jones says, Bugs Bunny with the Hillbillies was a riot. Daniel Morrissey, Buff, I still have my 2 Yogi Bear walkie-talkies from the early 70s with the telescope antennas. Very cool. And Mr. Magoo, I love that. Daniel Morrissey, we have hours to go. You always say that. We have hours to go. OBS Shipyard, good night, guys. Have a blessed night. Good night, OBS Shipyard. Thanks for being here. Kevin Smith says, the warden calls me Mr. Magoo. Mr. Magoo. Who was the other? Oh, that reminded me of somebody else. But that was it was the talking horse. Who was the talking horse?
That's Mr. Ed.
Mr. Ed. I knew it was Mr. somebody. Mr. Ed. That's like the stupidest show I ever saw.
I don't know why. I watched it out of Mr. Ed. I think it was a time slot.
It was the time slot. We only had 3 stations, and that's what was on.
Right.
So that's what we watched. Oh, what a stupid, stupid show. Why did we watch that?
I think whatever was on the other stations was worse.
You know, if that were on YouTube, nobody watched. If it was first run. Yeah, now I might go back and watch one because it'd be hilarious.
I'm going to use AI to remake Mr. Ed.
Oh, AI to remake Mr. Ed. Yeah, there's a good use of AI.
That's right.
And Buddy Carpano says, best looking cars for Tuesday. Okay. Oh, Hippie Long says, do active projects.
Not just best looking cars. Best looking some part of the car. Best looking headlights, best looking grill, best looking something.
You think best looking parts of the cars?
No, pick a part. Don't not just best looking in general. Pick a specific part of the car we'll pick best looking one. Best looking tail fins, best looking something. Pick something. Make the chat pick something.
You mean we're supposed to pick one
part?
One part of the car only?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, well.
Well, who wants to pick one part of the car? I don't know.
Everybody wants.
Like rear view mirrors or something? You mean?
Best looking rear view mirror. That's
I don't want to do that.
That's what Buff wants to watch.
What about
best looking rear
view mirror? You know, like best part of the car, like what? Best looking lug nuts or
best looking rear view mirror?
Or best looking gas? Yeah.
read it now. He already said so.
Barracuda says Dr. Smith. Is that what that guy's name? Dr. Smith. Gave us Smith a bad name, says Kevin. Oh, man. Josie and the Pussycat. I don't know what that is. Steve Edwards, in the movie where, what is that? Caracatus pots go chitty chitty bang bang out of a boat and a bunch of chrome. Dr. Smith was a cow. Dr. Smith. Was that guy's name? That's why I couldn't watch that show. Dr. Ghost says Kim and Buff, or Buff and Kim. If anyone could get pages of the J.C. Whitney car catalog and then Google cars with J.C. Whitney accessories, used to see the cars daily in the 60s and 70s around Chicago and Northwest. You know what? I have tried to find my old. I had bunches of those catalogs, and of course they're all gone. It's just, I don't know, there are probably copies of them somewhere. Daniel Morrissey, Lost His Face was a crap show. Guy Williams. Who is Guy Williams? Is that who Dr. Smith was? But Carpano, my mother the car was a weird car. I remember my mother the car, but I kind of remember that it was some kind of an old car, like a Maxwell or something. But I didn't watch it much. Nanny, looking up. Hippie Long says, Nanny, looking glove box. Buddy Carpano says, hood. Like we pick a hood, we all look at all the hoods.
Yeah, we could look.
That's all we need to do, is put in here that we're going to look at hoods. And everybody will come in and look at their hood.
Look at the best looking
hood. But they'll think it's their neighborhood instead of the hood of the car.
Well, maybe people will send us pictures of their hood.
Show us pictures of your hood. It's like the hood. Kevin says, my mother the car, there's a model of that car. Really? Lester Saber says, best looking taillights. Didn't we do that? Did we do that? I don't know. I wouldn't mind doing best looking taillights. But that's kind of I don't know how far. We've done some themes where I didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and I couldn't pull emails up fast enough. And on other ones, it's kind of like, nah, it didn't go so good. Mark Goddard's character couldn't stand Dr. Smith. It's very Cuda. Lee says, rest in peace, Jeffrey Garcia, 1975 to 2025. Wow, young. Kevin Smith, my favorite part of cars is the Dagmars of the old Cadillacs. My favorite one of those was that 57 and 58. What was the Cadillac that had the stainless roof? Man, that was a sharp looking car. It was kind of a small Cadillac.
Are you still cold?
No, this thing's keeping me. Yeah, I'm a little bit cold, but this thing's putting heat on me. Very cool. Has anyone heard of the actor Matt Clark? He just died. Man, everybody's dying.
Not everybody's dying.
Man, I was just telling Kim a couple of nights ago, I was thinking about a friend of mine. I thought, I haven't talked to him in a couple of years. I think I'll call him. So I'm trying to find him, and I can't find his number. So I go on the internet, I'm looking. You know what I find? An obituary from 2008. It's like, yeah, I guess it's been a couple of years since I talked to him.
Close friend.
I guess I didn't talk to him for a while. Stray Bullet says Eldorado. Is that what it was? It was a Baritz. Yeah. Dr. Ghost says Baritz had the stainless steel roof on the Caddy, and it had suicide doors, and it was kind of low. It was like a 3/4 scale Cadillac, and it was a sharp looking car. Man, I like that thing. Oh, Steve Edwards, he says grills. That's what we should do. I think we've done taillights before. Let's do grills. What do you think, Kim?
I think it's a great idea, and I was just waiting for you to. Oh, thank you.
Well, I'm waiting to get your approval.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's good. You done good.
Yeah, Slimo, I'm not going to read it, but you're right. And you know what her name was? Dagmar. That wasn't her real name. That's the name she went to. Dag. Like, I wonder what she thought of that. All these, like 15 years worth of cars had boobs on them, you know? Bazooms. Who was it used to say that? Oh, God. She'd call it on TV because she couldn't use the words on TV. She used to call them bazooms.
Burnett.
No, it wasn't Carol Burnett. It was,
Carol Burnett never said bazooms.
no, it wasn't Carol Burnett. No, it was somebody else. Yes. Kevin Smith, Galaxies or 63 T-Bird taillights are my favorite. You know, I like 66 Thunderbird taillights. I like 66 Ford, like Galaxy taillights. Man, 66 was a good year now that I think about it. 66 Dodge Charger taillights. Man, I don't know. There's a bunch of good ones. There's a bunch of good ones from other years, too. Buddy Carapano, did my gold teeth count as a grill?
Yeah.
Stray Bullet goes, what are Dagmars? They're like big chrome cone-shaped bumpers, like on a Cadillacs of the 50s. And Dagmar was a woman, an actress, and so they named those after her. Means I have two grills, one for the 72 Demon, one for the 68 Chevy truck. Barry Kuda says, I love 63 Galaxy taillights. Those are pretty good, too. Those are really good. I don't know. There's a lot of good taillights. Yeah, Kevin Smith says, Eldorado Baritz Brougham had the stainless steel roof. Yeah. Josh Holman says, those bullet-shaped projections on the bumpers of many 50s cars. I wonder how many cars back then got dents in the back that are the opposite of those that were cone-shaped dents in the back of their car. Dr. Go, rough couple of weeks. Life isn't good every day, so we buckle up and ride through. Lost 4 family friends in the last 2 weeks. Oh, no. All younger than me. Makes me grateful to be here now with my car friends. Man, I'm sorry to hear that.
We're glad you're here, Dr. Go. I'm sorry for your loss.
Man, I have a friend that I haven't seen in a while. I call him, and all I get is I could go to just directly to voicemail, and his voicemail's full, you know, and it goes on like for a month like that. It's like, oh no. Well, I finally got a hold of him, and he'd been in a hospital, got a heart valve replaced, and he says he's never felt any better. He's 79 years old, and he's feeling really good. He says he hasn't felt this good in years, so that's good. But then the other friend I was looking for, I found an obituary. Ooh. Bruce Colton says 66 Fairlane taillights. But Carapano says, I like 68 Charger round taillights over the 69. You know, I always like these big, wide taillights, except in those Chargers. In the Chargers, I like the 68 better, and I don't know why. I really like 68 Chargers. Yeah, and Barry Kuda says, chrome, rubber tip bazooms. Oh, yeah, some of them had rubber tips on them, too. Louis says 70 Fairlanes. Oh, 70. What's a 70 Fairlane look like? Oh, I know what a 70 Fairlane looks like. Yeah, sure. Kevin Smith says Cougar and Shelby taillights. Yeah, you know, they had the Mustangs always all kind of looked like Mustang taillights, and then the Shelby came along, and they had those big, wide taillights on. They look really good, you know. Tavo's back. Parcel collected.
Welcome back.
Simon says Dagmars would help with the streamlining. Dr. Costas Budde, I'm also sorry for your recent loss. Praying for your family. Oh, you're working that Bondo you put up. I didn't know what you're doing. Paulo says, excuse me, our Austin Fairlane, basically a longer wheelbase Falcon, 72 to 75, had full width taillight setup. Daniel Morthy, I love blue dot taillights. Became popular in the 40s and 50s. Yeah, I don't know. I see them sometimes, but I don't know. I think they look kind of cool when they're way far away because they kind of give it a purplish look, but I don't know if I like them that much. It's not something I'd want to do. Gray Bullet says, I liked it when you only had to have one taillight. Oh, like it had one off to the side. Yeah, that's how cars were originally. Kind of like trains are today. A train only has one light in the back.
I like trains.
Buddy Carl House is Buz's favorite taillight's the one you got a $50 stuck in. Man, you remember that story. You remember what kind of car that was? You remember all the details, buddy. You remember what kind of car that was? Did a $50 sticks in the taillight, fits perfectly? It's just a perfect little interference fit. Kevin Smith, I had blue dot in my Astrovan taillights. Really? Very good. I had blue dots in my 66 Valiant taillights. Oh, Sam down under too. Bruce Gulchin, I have a set of 68 Cougar taillights that has sequential turn signals. Man, I had those in my 67 Cougar. They didn't work right, and I took that whole assembly apart. I assumed it was electronic. It was not. There was a little motor in there, had a plastic camshaft that went around all these points. And that was all wrapped in a big hunk of foam, and it was stuffed down in the trunk. I was amazed how they did that. Even back in 67, 66, and 67, I guess they started 65 with the Thunderbird. Even then, I assumed it was electronic, but it wasn't. It's mechanical.
What happens when you assume?
I remember seeing CL Chrysler four-door in Australia called a Chrysler by Chrysler with a 4-light front. A Chrysler by Chrysler. Dr. Go says, funny, I love all kinds of taillights. Because my car is so slow, taillights is all I ever see. Buddy Carapano says, 50 Buick. 50 Buick? Oh, the thing got stuck in? No. You're 10 years off.
His car is not slow. It's just not quick. And that's a real thing. It's just not quick, Dr. Go. It's because of the gearing in it.
Daniel Morrissey says, blue dot taillights are not legal in California. And then Barry Kudis says, what is legal in California these days? Nothing. They want you illegal every minute of every day, so they can just swoop in on you and you just, yeah.
Find something.
I got
something wrong.
I got tired of the restrictive California laws and I left. But that's not really why I left. I left and I found out that it was like the whole world opened up to me. I just thought you had to live like that. Oh, man.
Talk bad about California.
Dr. Go must be a Chevy. Because it's that slow. Oh, I remember that. I saw a 50 Buick, also back in 2025. It was a 60 Buick. Look at the 60 Buick. It kind of looks like a Dagmar that's going backwards, except it's got a little flat spot in the middle with a reflector. And a 50-cent piece fits right in there. It's just funny as hell. Because we stuck the 50-cent pieces in there and then we couldn't get them out. It took us like an hour to get it out. Kevin Smith says everything causes cancer in California also. What did we buy? We bought something that said it caused cancer in California. It was something stupid.
Because it's not in California.
It was like a carburetor. I go, you know what? You know what? If you're in California, don't eat the damn carburetor. You know?
Well, they have to tell
You gotta have a
people
warning.
in California are not that bright.
You gotta have a warning for that.
You do. You do.
Dr. Go says it's actually a Mopar, but it has 223 gears and no horsepower. You could fix that.
223 should go.
Well,
And
if you had enough power, you could probably go 200 miles an hour in that
Has that
thing.
got the low gear set first gear?
Oh yeah, how low is first gear in that?
That car should get up and go.
I rode down the strip. I don't remember what we turned, but I remember
what carburetor do you have, Dr. Go?
I remember we were going 54 miles an hour when we went in an 8th mile. I don't remember what the time was, but it was the first time I rode down a drag strip. It was with Dr. Go in his red. And
what's your base
red Chrysler
timing on that car? Wow, that's so slow. That car should be a little faster. That car's at 318. We ought to be able to suit that car up a bit.
Yeah, I'd see a 360 in his future.
I'm surprised it's so sluggish. There's a lot more to be found in that motor.
Talos says, I gave up arguing with cops here over my trailer having one taillight. They don't seem to understand older vehicles not having to comply with current laws. I gave them put a new pair on it. Yeah, sometimes that's a better thing to do. And having two taillights isn't a bad thing.
I mean, the problem, you might be perfectly legal, but how often do you want to have to deal with that?
Luis says, California with a bunch of exclamation points.
Yeah, I don't know.
California, geographically, it's a really nice place.
Yeah, like Florida.
There's mountains, and there's valley, and there's the beach, and there's the mountains up north, and there's Southern California, there's the desert. There's so many good places, but they got a lot of control over everybody. And I was in business there, and it was really, really, really tough. And when I went in business somewhere else, it was quite easy to just to get like a business license and the certificate that that you got to collect tax, and then you've got to pay it to the state. Most places were pretty easy, and California was
punishing.
It was it was a lot of work. Well, and there's always somebody walking the front door with a clipboard. Some other government agency wants a fee for something. Something they want you to fill out, and there's a filing fee or something. You got somebody else watching what you're doing. It's just kind of restrictive. California's got its good, got its bad.
Nope, it's all bad.
Dr. Go says 2-barrel car, 54 miles an hour in an 8. What was the time? Do you remember what time you turned? Tanya Morrissey, in California, everything is switching to battery operated. Some things battery operated are good, like my drills and everything. They were all air powered, but man, you got a compressor running all the time, and they're really wasteful. And the battery stuff is really good now.
That's Dr. Bill. What the base timing setting on his car is? He maybe not have enough advance dialed into that thing.
Maybe he can hear you. Will the Woodchips planning on doing some landscaping in Los Angeles? I wouldn't do anything in Los Angeles except drive through if I have to, and I try to avoid that. I used to like the place, but that was 50 years ago.
Gosh. And then the other thing is, so on those old, on cars of that era, right, there's a thermostatically controlled valve that either screws into the cylinder head or into the radiator. It's a vacuum valve. And what it does is it won't open. Is vacuum advance on your distributor, is it hooked directly from your carburetor to your vacuum advance, or does it still go through all that monstrosity? 1234 in the eighth with 323 gears. I mean, it really should be quicker than that.
What my turn? 1140, or just above that? We dialed 11. Is that what it dialed in? Yeah, I think it's 1140. You dial 1150 for me, and that's when I broke out when I raced the Tesla.
Something's off, Dr. Go. It is a heavy car, but it's not.
Well, the gears are.
Well, your car doesn't have any better gearing than that.
Sure it does.
No.
Ford never had a 223.
Oh, it's got a 223.
Right.
Oh, I thought he said 323.
No, 223.
Oh, no, that explains the whole thing.
I'm surprised as fast as it is.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big mountain to climb, that set of gears.
Brett Borg says AMC Gremlin 401 Randall edition for the win. Man, an AMC Gremlin with a 401. I had a friend that he built an AMC Gremlin with a 429 Ford, and I did a lot of work on it, and then I had it for a while. And, man, what a fun car that was. But it had 556 gears, so it was like, it had like leaped for a half a block, and then you're out of, the engine was turning as fast as it go because it was geared so low. 350
pounds of truck. I had the gearing all wrong in my head. I mean, a gear swap to something like a 273 or 294 would not kill your gas mileage. I mean, it wouldn't help it, but it wouldn't kill. Actually, it might, depending on where you're driving. Like if you're driving around town a lot, it might actually even help your gas mileage.
Yeah, see.
But it's not going to destroy your highway mileage, and the car would be a lot more peppy.
Strickle says you can't purchase a small gas engine less than 25 horsepower in California.
What? Oh, because they have to be fuel injected.
Well, they don't allow them. Those small gas engines, like on mowers.
That's where all this electric stuff comes from. It's California.
Yep.
Yeah. What can you do? Look how nice this door looks now. Check it out.
Dr. Ghost says, I enter the highway ramp on Monday and merge with traffic the end of the ramp on Tuesday. You know what you do? Find on-ramps that go downhill to the highway instead of ones that go uphill to the highway. Oh, yeah. See, it's got that little right up there.
What's it?
Up at the top. See, yes. It's got a wide spot.
Well, the other thing is I've bent this.
Okay, but you see the wide spot? Yeah, I'm going to have.
Where? Here?
Right?
Right here.
No. The gap. Keep it right there. See, it's a wide. Well, I was trying to stop.
Well, it might be because it's kind of shiny. But yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there's a wide spot.
I think.
But it looks really good compared to before. Each time we work on it, it gets better.
Yeah, but it's great.
Daniel Morrissey by 2045. Louis says, 1973 AMC Javelin. What a beautiful paint. Oh, with a beautiful paint. Yeah, 73 Javelin is a pretty good looking car. Everything along my city bus covers 110 square miles. My city bus. Daniel Morrissey, Electric Medicals by 2030, and he, right when I was reading it, he retracted it. Okay, Dr. Go. Have never checked timing, but will do it when I change the timing chain. Oh, and do some research on that to see where the cam timing is and what you can do to make that better. And do they in Wisconsin? Do they have emissions inspections? Because that'll make a difference what you do. I will be looking at vacuum stuff, etc. this summer. I did have about 350 pounds in the trunk. Well, that'll make a difference. And then you put my lard ass in there. No wonder you were slow. 223 gears, 350 pounds of stuff in the trunk, and a passenger. Although Dylan Levi turned the fastest time he turned with a passenger, which I thought was pretty good.
It's the gears. Chrysler put those gears in there for highway fuel economy to keep the RPMs down on the motor, but it's crazy, crazy. Nobody ever used that voluntarily.
Burnby, good evening. 72 AMC Javelin SST with 401 V8, stirrup shifter, and Go Pack goodies for the win. You know, when I bought that Matador, that 74 Matador, you know, that's when it's just like now. All of a sudden, fuel went way up. It was big fuel mess. And so I ordered it with a 6-cylinder in it. And I had a friend that ordered one with a 360 V8 in it. And he got better fuel economy by about 2 miles a gallon than I did. It's like I should have just ordered the 401. I don't know, 2020 hindsight, you know. Daniel Morrissey says generators, Assembly Bill 1346, new laws coming for engines and off-road stuff. Yeah, that's right. Just you're stuck in that mess. I was really lucky. I got a job. Well, actually, I moved to Arizona, and then I got a job out of state. But I moved. I like the desert, which is why I moved. I didn't really move to get away from the California restrictions and everything. But, man, once I moved out of state, it's like, oh, look at what we can do. Hippie long. When using Los Angeles in statistics, understand it's 12.5 million people. Yeah, it's a big place.
Big.
Let's see. Dr. Go says, I highway drive 95% of the time. I will consider getting gears as my last mod. Yeah, if you're on the highway that much, high gears are nice.
Even 273s, you won't.
But I hear you on 273, 294, 323 if I stop highway driving.
Oh, I mean, honestly, you would still be happy with the car, even with highway drive. But you know the way it is, I understand. For highway, it's probably premium.
Then Dr. Go says no emissions in Wisconsin. Okay, so you can mess with the cam timing if that's something that you find advantageous. Louis says, well, everyone, I'm going to sleep. Thanks for this beautiful live stream. Thanks for being here, Louise. Kim, I turned on the other camera and it went black. I guess it's off. Oh, D-Man says 308 is a good ratio. Yeah, my 64 Ford. My 64 Ford had 3 O's in the rear end, which I liked because I did a lot of highway driving, and they weren't. It was a good intermediate thing that was still good and also good compromise gears.
Absolutely.
Dr. Ghost says I can reach 54 in first gear.
Yeah.
Across the finish line. Yeah, you cross the finish line in first gear.
Can you force it in?
You know what else you can do to make it faster? Put little tiny tires on the back.
Get out and push. Yeah.
That's what we did to Kim's van. We put little tiny tires on the back, which essentially makes the engine turn faster. You know. Dean Stevenson says, and oh, I must have missed something. He said, oh, wait a minute.
Don't tell people my secret.
I don't know. I missed something. Dean Stevenson says, and 253 in the XD, an XE Falcon 4.1 with auto without air. 253. That's pretty high gearing. Kevin Smith says, I was supposed to ride down to Columbus with my buddy, Ken, to the model car show Saturday, but had to cancel. Ken's the fellow that did the video about that. Very good. I saw a video about how they got water into L.A. Very interesting. Yeah, it was aqueduct. The inland landscape sure is dry and barren, isn't it? You know, and the desert. I just love the desert. And it's in southern Arizona and it's southeastern California. And man, I don't know. I just feel at home out there. But it's hot. Nothing grows. Robin Router. Well, it was a black screen for a moment. Yeah, I switched to her camera so you could see what she was doing, but it was off, so it went to black screen. Sorry about that. That was me switching to. Did you fix that? Nope. Okay, something. Kim's going to try to fix that, so that's why we're black screen for a second. She's trying to reconstitute the camera. It's not working. Okay.
Shut it off. It doesn't work.
Okay, I have good highway mileage. Dr. Goes have good highway mileage and very low RPM. If I idle and lock up torque converter, I can idle at 35 miles an hour without touching the accelerator. Buddy Carthon just took peanut butter cookies out of the oven. Anybody want one? Yeah, fax it over to me. You have a cookie faxer? Kim, I'm going down to the house and turn on the cookie faxer.
Okay, I got it.
Kim says, everyone asleep? Kevin Smith says, think my back is bad. I think I need a...
Sorry, Kevin.
I think my back is bad. I need a new front, too. Man. Let's see. Stray Bullet says, it's easy to get water to flow where you want it to go. Mulholland wasn't a very good dam engineer, though. You know, I don't remember all the history on that, and I know I've watched.
He wasn't a very good damn engineer. Engineering.
Daniel Morrissey says he's awake still.
He's awake.
I'm awake still. Kim's awake still.
Look.
Kim slept late this afternoon. She took a nap, pretty good nap, so, but I was awake the whole time. I went to the store twice, or two different stores. I went to the store. You know what I did? You know why I went twice, Kim? What did you tell me to buy? Why did I go to the
sugar? Yeah.
I went to the store to buy Kim sugar and to get me some tomatoes. And I went up there and bought a whole bunch of stuff and tomatoes. Got home and I go, where's the sugar? Oh yeah, I forgot to get the sugar.
I didn't know you did that.
So I drove back to the store, but I went to a different store, and I bought these things. I went to the store that has these little.
Oh, you went back up to.
I went to Hilltop, and they got these little bunches. I bought bunches of these little flavors that you put in the water, and I got something. Oh, I bought bang, bang, bang. I bought bacon. I know I bought something else up there. I just can't think of what it is. Dean Stevens said, I like the excuse for AI being 85% wrong. AI can make mistakes, so double check responses.
Oh, shit.
Very good. A part of the aqueduct drops 800 feet into a valley pipe and goes back up 800 feet by the force of gravity pressure. Okay. Hippie Long. In my 3 counties, they produce 98 billion in agriculture because of cement and rivers. Yeah, that whole valley is irrigated. Buddy Carafano said, no melt, got a yoo-hoo. A yoo-hoo. Is that chocolate stuff?
Yoo-hoo?
Yoo-hoo. It's like in a glass bottle, like chocolate drink or something.
Yeah, you're right. I know.
I'm trying to remember what else I bought up there. I went up there and I got the little drink. I got, oh, I know what else I bought. What's that brand they have up there? Save-A-Lot? That everything's in yellow packages?
Yeah.
I bought butter, those big blocks of butter. I bought 2 of those.
Oh, but why did you buy 2?
Because if the price was right, I had the money. We're going to use it. It's a consumable. It'll keep forever in the refrigerator. So I'm might just well get it. And then,
spend all his money on them?
And then, the drinks, I got your sugar. Oh, and I got bacon. Oh, and I got the yellow brand, whatever it's called, Save-A-Lot or Save It or something. They had fish sticks up there that were less than half the price of the brand name fish sticks, and there were 2 more fish sticks than it was 2 more. Okay, now she's trying to reactivate this camera. Activate. Yes. You doesn't work. In Russian, you
Something's wrong.
Doesn't work.
Oh, it's unplugged.
It's unplugged.
Did you move stuff around?
I did not. Something moved. Something moved. There's like USB thing unplugged. So we're gonna get this fixed. Dean says, because Kim Borghini, it would be rude not to get 2. Well, I picked up one and I thought, this is really a low price for this butter. I should get 2 of them while I'm standing here. I got the money. And we're gonna I don't want to go all the way. I don't want to go all the way back up there for another one like a couple weeks from now. So I just got it. I don't know. Sometimes it's what do they call that? Where you just see something, you buy it. An impulse buy.
Impulsive. That's what they say about me.
The camera's gone black again. I'm just narrating this so people don't think we've left. Oh, there we go. Now we're back to that. So that camera is no longer black. It works.
Oh, you can't say that. I can't believe you said that.
What?
Canceled.
What? That the camera's no longer black? Or the screen is no longer black? Black is okay.
It's in trouble.
Hippie Long says he's going to have a grilled cheese and tomato soup, I think. Max Wedge, Dick Dastardly. Haven't seen you in a while. Good evening.
Yeah. Wow, it's late. New people.
And it's late, yeah. We're not usually on this late.
Welcome in.
You see it says bacon, lettuce, and cheese. Somebody said bacon, lettuce. Where was it? Don't know. Bacon, lettuce, and cheese around before the Romans, buddy. I like BLTs until somebody gave me a BLT-A, which meant it had bacon, lettuce, tomato, and avocado. Man, that got even better than the bacon, lettuce, and tomato. That's a good sandwich. But I really, oh, what was that?
I spilled it. I needed help and I couldn't get it. So.
Well, you didn't ask for help.
Well,
you just spelled it. There's a big mess on it.
It's not a big mess. It's just a couple inches.
Oh, it's not what I thought it was.
Oh, boy.
I gotta move a little bit.
Yeah, just a little.
I gotta clean up some wrenches. Whole box of wrenches went up the floor. I can't bend over. Oh my God.
What do you think that radius is?
I'm not sure. I'm doing something else.
Did those branches get picked up yet?
I'm not that fast.
Okay, I have a hard time. Careful, you're.
I know. Struggle.
Oh. There.
Well, was a lot more than wrenches. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. What was the other thing you're asking about the radius or what?
I was asking Chap.
Oh, you're asking Chap?
Yeah.
Stray bullets. Potatoes were discovered in, I thought they were discovered in Russia. Hippie Long, off to bed for me. I'm doing a show called Shenyang tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. Hippie Long says, funny, Kev. What's Kev? He said, oh, in my ears. I missed something. Dean Stevens says the Argentine silver Spanish conquistadors discovered them in the 1530s during their search for gold. They're looking for gold and they found potatoes.
They were hungry.
Yeah, you can't eat gold. You can eat potatoes.
Maybe they found that's where the Yukon gold.
And then Kevin Smith makes a note here that Dougster discovered potatoes. Dougster. That's what we get. That'll be in the history book someday. Where'd potatoes come from? Well, there's this guy named Dougster. So every Irishman should thank the Spanish.
Well, except that the crop failed and they all started starving, so maybe it wasn't that.
Straight bullet. The Russians stole everything, but yeah, pretty much. Buddy Carpano says,
so you pull etching primer.
That's crap.
Yeah, it's the only thing it's good for. Right? Kind of the right.
Man, I'll tell you that U-pole paint is garbage. Let's see here. Buddy Carpano says a baked potato with bacon and cheddar cheese are good. Oh, I bet that is good. I've probably done that before. Kim, I bought bacon. You know what we're gonna do? Oh, I know what else I bought. I bought a big bag of potatoes. Kartoshka. In Russian, kartoshka. Who discovered vodka, says Maxwood dastardly. Who discovered vodka? Well, the Russians drank a lot of it. They might think they discovered it. But I bet most of them can't remember. You drink enough vodka? You can't remember anything.
Remember
Bruce Colchin, you can't eat gold, but you can drink it Goldweiser liqueur. Dean Stevenson says, of course, the Germans used potatoes to make V2 rocket fuel. What did they use? Do you know what they used for V2 rocket fuel? I really don't know. I assume it was liquid and an oxidizer. I really don't know. That was quite a thing. Kim, you're making some pretty good pieces there. Now I see what you're asking about the radius stuff. Dean Stevenson said the Chinese had gunpowder. They did. The Peruvian had spuds. And together they could have made a potato gun. They didn't know each other. Barry Cootie says, who invented the two-stroke expansion chamber?
Do we know?
Don't know.
That's an issue.
All my airplanes had two-stroke expansion chamber type exhaust systems on them. Not all my airplanes. All the airplanes I had that had two-stroke engines. I like those two-stroke engines. They don't get good fuel economy, but for their size and their weight, my God, man, did they go. Dean Stevenson. And what did Guy Fawkes and the Germans do? Blew people up with it. That's success, right? Sweet. Dick Dashley says, our family can't drink vodka. We go crazy. Happy donuts under the red light and stuff like that. Kevin Smith. Every Tano can thank for the promotion. Oh, there's Tavo. Might be on Americas. Americus gave us food and we gave him disease. Americus gave us food and we gave up disease and hurt. Dean Stevenson, vodka, Buff Del Campo. Vodka. I was never much of a vodka drink.
Probably a good thing. Anybody should drink too much vodka.
Very Cuda. Our Dean Stevenson says, very Cuda. The auto cycle engine was later. I forget how that worked. Dick Dashley says, White Russians are really good though.
Yeah.
Did that click off by itself? Yeah, I've done that too. Stray Bullet says, Rudolph Diesel.
This looks like
What you doing? Re-aiming? Tavo, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Diesel. Dean, I'll let everybody else read that, just because I know I'm not going to read it smoothly enough. Very good. Is that true? Microphone? Oh, we lost the microphone. What's going on? Can anybody hear me? Oh, yeah. There's a little tape gauge shows me when the microphone's working, and it had slipped down below off the window.
come look at this well. It's pretty freaking good.
I have to go inspect the well.
Look at that well. Amateur home welder guy.
Smells like welding over here.
There, tell the camera, because you're.
Oh, you put those screws in. All right.
We'll come out. So we'll get this. Tell the camera. What do you think of that weld?
Looks really good. You know, all we have to do is just grind it it down a little bit, not even a lot, and then we're going to shoot bed liner all over it. It'll look fine. How much longer are we going to be?
We're going to finish that well.
Okay.
I got to take those screws out. Take the bolts out and finish that well out.
Okay, you're going to do all that. I'm going to take a walk.
Oh, all right.
Well, I'm going to take a break. You can sit and do the chat for a few minutes. Yeah. Because if we're going to be more than a minute or two, I mean.
Yeah, we're more than a minute.
How's our fire doing? Oh, it's almost out.
Well, it's late.
Yeah, I don't want to redo it now.
Kevin says the sewing machine is a Husqvarna? Really? Doesn't a pulse jet need an expansion chamber? Yeah, absolutely. Guys, I get a little irritated with him. I've been out here working, and he won't put the stream down. And if we end the stream, he runs back to the house. I can't get him to do anything. He doesn't want to work on the car anymore. He likes to talk, but progress is like grinding to a halt. Maybe we have a couple of nice days coming, so maybe with the nicer weather I got to get him outside in the sun, get him some wake his system up, and I'm struggling myself. I can't say I'm not, but at least when I'm out here, I'm kind of working. And it's good that he's here to talk to you guys, but I don't know what's best. But we don't need to live stream. We've made one long form video in the past 2 months. Like, we need to do recording, and I can't record and talk at the same time. You guys aren't even on the topic. Shotguns. That doesn't make sense. Now's New Stone. Welcome in. I've not seen your name before. I do want to get this car together to where it can be driven again. It needs, there's no shock in the front on the one side because we took it all apart and I didn't have a good shock, so it just doesn't have a shock. Stray Bullet wants a new sewing machine. I have a sewing machine. I used it to make new seats for my Dart, and it worked fine. I don't know. I could put it back in the box and send it to you. Stray Bullet. I can't keep everything. I've got so much stuff. It just sits around. We trip over it. You can hardly get anything done.
I'm back.
You're fat.
Back.
What's wrong with your back?
Back. Why do we have these square exhaust pipes?
They're headers.
Those are going to sound funny.
Can you imagine if we did pipe exhaust through little seats like that? It's cold now.
I'm cold.
It is cold.
Y'all probably think it's strange that I have a sewing machine. No, I think it's strange because I'm 72 years old and I don't know how to operate a sewing machine. I wish I've tried it, and it's something I'm not skillful with. I struggle with it. Now Kim's done some upholstery work and it turned out okay. Yeah, and she was struggling with it a bit, but she did a lot better than I could do with it.
Tough, and it looked amateur, so it was not that thrilled.
Well, you know what? We can ride around your car and it's got good upholstery.
Better than the hole, though. Yeah, that's true.
Better than the holes that were there.
Man, was it bad?
It was bad.
You remember how bad the upholstery in that car was?
I do remember.
That's what.
Tavo, I have a sewing machine too. An old school Singer. The indestructible ones for sewing upholstery. Man, that'd be a really cool thing to have.
That's what we needed was a walking foot machine. That would have made it a lot easier. A lot better result.
You know my friend out there in California, Vern?
Vern?
The guy with all the old 50s cars.
Yeah, careful, I'm going to weld.
He bought a used big industrial sewing machine that was from a upholstery shop that was closed up. So he's got that.
Look at that. Man, that's excellent.
Kevin says, I've had my sewing machine for over 20 years and never an issue. Niles Newstone. Niles? Niles. Mako, 450. Husky, 450. Talo says, might have to bring one of my Montesas inside. See if I can make my hand drive a wrench. You know, I went to a race at the old Ontario Motor Speedway in Southern California, and they had part of the pre-show was they had Evel Knievel out there, and Evel Knievel jumped over 19 cars on a motorcycle.
That's nothing. You know what cars he jumped over?
Well, wait, a shark. So it was a big deal. He put on a hell of a show, going up the top of the ramp and looking at it, coming back down, going up the top of the ramp, looking at it, and finally jumps over these cars. Well, then I went to some other race, and it was some kid, a teenager on a Montesa, jumped over 20 cars. And he goes, "That's Evel Knievel. That's nothing. He just did it." You know, it's like, we all had a pretty good laugh about that. Buddy Carfano, got to clean out Dad's apartment today. Not looking forward to it. Man, sorry about that. That's not a fun thing.
Okay, I'm going to do filming here. Sorry. I'm very sorry. That's difficult. Take a friend.
Yeah, take a friend with you, if you can.
Just so you understand what I'm up against here. Well, it's not bad for thin metal. And then these boogers are here. Come on, focus on it. And that's where I welded it to the welded all into the. There you go. Now we have some structure. Now I got to take this to the.
You're talking kind of quietly over there, and it's coming over this microphone like almost up to the yellow. It's picking it up really well.
Yeah.
Did everybody hear her talking over there?
That's why it cancels out so much because it's.
Oh yeah. Even when you're welding, the welding noise is overpowers me. I don't know what you're doing. Checking.
I'm gonna. Well, you can
Just
see.
checking. Checking.
We're gonna do what you said. I gotta grind that thing.
Oh, you're gonna grind it now? Okay.
Well, you said that's what I have to do, so I got to do
Well, I'm just saying that we could do that. That's all it's going to take for prep. Very good. Very good. It says I have to go get the components for constructing hamburgers.
Well, but it'll have
Well, that'd be like the buns and the meat, and then cheese and whatever else, and then some self-tapping screws to construct them. Just hold them together. Do they make edible self-tapping screws?
edible self-tapping screws.
That would
Well,
hold.
they're non-toxic.
That's how you would construct the hamburger.
It'll be close enough. Maybe a little smear of short strand in there or something. It'll be. You don't. Well, with what were you saying? We're gonna put liner on.
Well, we'll prime it with some something, like some what do you call that primer that I like to use, the primer sealer, and then shoot it with bed liner, because bed liner will be all goopy and messy, and it'll hide all the nasty bodywork inside the. You got little tiny bit of weld like you grind off, and it's not perfect. Bed liner's just gonna fill that right in anyway. No sense in doing perfect bodywork, filling all the little tiny spots. That stuff's thick and goopy, and it'll look fine. BL and toe mate oak. How are you feeling? You're putting your, I was going to say fingers, I know that's wrong, toes on the warmth.
A little bit, yeah. I think a lot of people went to bed.
Yeah, we still have 20 people in here at 1:30 in the morning, 1:30 our time. Of course, Dean Stevenson, it's probably like, well, I don't know what time is it, 6 o'clock in the evening or something. I don't know what time it is down there. So what's next? We're not gonna need that heater down there tonight, are we? Or are we? What's the temperature supposed to be overnight? It does feel a little cool out there. It's 56 right now. 56 F. It's supposed to get down to 53. Tomorrow it's supposed to be 80, 82. And that'll be nice. I don't know. We actually have one heater in the hallway. You think that'll be enough, or we could probably carry it?
Okay.
I don't know. It's up to you.
Maybe if it gets real bad, we'll just turn the central heat on.
Yeah, we'll turn the central heat.
Barry Cuda says, and onions. Yeah, you know what? He likes to pickle his onions now.
Oh, I do so much with onions.
He got into it. He started doing that a couple months ago. Now
I dice up onions and then I pickle them, and that is so good when I pull them out and I put little pickled onions on stuff. It's so good. And then I like the thin slice onions like on a hamburger, but I don't eat hamburgers much anymore because I really shouldn't have the bread. And then, did you notice that stew that I made had big chunks of onion in there? I don't know if you got any.
Yeah, I did.
I'm about ready to make another big stew.
Is that what I saw you bought some stuff.
I bought some meat and I bought some vegetables and all that. Yeah, that's going in tomorrow morning. And so tomorrow afternoon we'll have, or tomorrow evening, I'll put it in the slow cooker. It'll be really good, I think. I don't know. We'll see. You guys know what's really good on hamburgers? Probably shouldn't even be telling you. That's my stomach grumbling, I know.
And we start talking about food. And
start talking about food and my stomach's going. That's good. You know why? Because all I've eaten is like, oh, I made that omelet this morning.
Oh, that was good.
That was too
this
much.
morning.
That was too much. I mean, it was too big. Were you too full from that? I made this enormous omelet, and I put all those vegetables in there. And you know what I forgot to put in was the cheese, but it was still good. And I made it, and then it took the whole pan. So I gave that one to Kim, and I made another one. By the time I finished that, I was like, oh, I ate too much. So I didn't eat anything till tonight, and I ate a few little tomatoes.
Thomas says if it was this late in the shop, he'd just find something squishy as a pillow, cover up, and go to sleep right there.
It's too cool in here.
If I had a good blanket, I would.
Oh, Niall says pickled onions, pickled eggs. You know what? When I was in Maryland,
he doesn't like eggs.
There was a guy that comes in here sometimes. I forget what his name is in here. He's a guy I worked with in Maryland. His wife also worked in the same place, and she'd bring in these purple hard-boiled eggs that were pickled.
Yeah, my mom made those every year.
Those were good. So I ate them while I was up there. Oh, Tavo says shop's already warmed up. Yeah,
it's 70 degrees in here. It's really not that cold.
No,
my feet are cold.
What happens is when I start getting tired, I start getting cold.
A couple hours out here with your feet on the cold floor.
Well, we've been on here for 3 hours.
3.5, 3:45.
3:45, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to wrap it up.
Kevin's saying, Tavo, y'all getting ready for winter there? Yeah, but winter there is it's not like winter where you are, Kevin.
Well, Stray Bullet didn't tell us what to put on our hamburgers yet.
Oh, yeah, you got to tell us what. Tell us what to put on.
The suspense is killing me now.
And then, Daniel Morrison, he's always saying we don't go long enough, and then I think he left. Did you fall asleep? Daniel, you fall asleep? He's sitting there in front of his computer, dreaming that he's on here and somebody's yelling at him. But grandfather used to eat pickled pig feet. I remember that.
The eggs are to make it's beets. My mother would cut the beets.
That's right.
And the eggs and put them together with vinegar in the thing to pickle them. Vinegar?
Probably vinegar and salt or something like that.
Yep. Because she made pickled beets and pickled eggs together.
Oh, that's what. You're ready for spring? You know what?
I couldn't.
Right now, well, an hour and 45 minutes ago was the first day of spring. It's spring.
I know a lot of the early trees and little flowers and things came up. They got nipped pretty hard by that. I don't know. Some of those trees probably will not.
Oh, because it got
so properly this year.
It froze again, and then now it's warm again.
And there wasn't even that many insects out. I don't know that they got pollinated. I guess we'll. Trotters.
I'm ready for spring. I'm definitely ready for spring.
Feet.
I'm definitely ready for spring. I remember seeing pickled pig's feet. I remember seeing them in big jars in some stores, and I haven't seen that in a long time.
It looked like some kind of science experiment.
Well, people must have bought them. I don't know. I don't think I ever had them. We're too simple down here. We call the first of the month the change of the season. I noticed that you already, it was already fall, the beginning of autumn for you, and it was on the first of the month. I thought that was really strange. crap about every part of the hog, even the butthole. What do they say?
Well, that's what.
That's what's in the hot dogs. Nothing but lips and assholes.
Stray Bullet says bacon relish. I've never seen bacon relish.
Bacon.
Who makes that? I don't think you're supposed to eat the shrunken head, Dean.
You oh man, it's in a museum or something. Shrunken heads. Yeah, I never tried those.
I'm glad you didn't try. I don't think you're supposed to.
Oh.
What do you do? We had a lot of views tonight. We had a lot of good comments. People come in and say hello. I just want to repeat a thank you to everybody for hanging out with us. It makes the time fly by. I don't feel like we've been working for 3.5 hours.
After they did the DNA test.
And we did get some stuff done. I mean, this is slow and steady. It's cut and fit. But it's coming together. Did you see how tight that looks?
I couldn't imagine how you were going to do that, because what you did didn't look like it was all going to fit together. And I walk over there now, and it's all fit together. So
yeah, it's going to be good.
Cabo, March 1st through May 31st, autumn. June 1st through August 31st, winter. Man, yeah, ours are on either the 20th or 21st usually. Well, you know what they do? They do it on the equinox or on the summer solstice.
Oh, there was a mouse.
A mouse. I thought I saw something move down there. The one in the house, we got it. He's deceased. He was a big one. You were right. Big beefy mouse.
Plump.
Stray Bullet. That's the secret, Kim. I'll say no more. Kevin Smith. This winter was as rough
as a stucco bathtub. Yeah.
Well, you won't slip and fall, but if you sit in it.
Yeah, it was unpleasant.
This wasn't the coldest winter we had, but it was the longest cold stretch I think we've ever had. Yeah, I was just thinking that. Equinox and solstice.
Mexican Spec came back in to say goodnight.
Hey, Mexican Spec's here. I didn't kind of understand when you left. I didn't see you leave, and then somebody said goodnight, and I scrolled back, and I couldn't see where you said you were taking off, and then you took off.
He's got stuff to do.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing to him.
He's not retired yet. He still has things to do.
He's building a business, and he's struggling with that. It's a lot of work. He's trying to make it on his own. And I do the same thing to him. I'll be watching sometimes. I go, I'm going to be listening while I'm doing something else, and I'm glancing over at the cars, but I'm not in front of the keyboard. I'll be, I just do that sometimes because I got to get something done. Mexican Spec, while you're here, and while Kim is here, when I set this up, this live tonight, I noticed something I haven't seen before. Okay. It gives you an option, a switch, and when you switch that switch over, the live will be, it doesn't matter if you have it in up and down or back and forthy, in vertical or horizontal. Doesn't matter. It'll feed it out to the
live
phone.
Short feed.
Live short feed.
Okay.
And it says, if you're using, like this software that we use, it says if you're using that, it won't work yet, but that'll be rolled out within the next week or two.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So we'll be able to do that. But I want you to, and there's a thing you click, and it tells you all about it. So I read it, and it's like gibberish.
That's fair.
But if you read it, it probably won't be gibberish. It'll make sense to you.
Right. Yeah, it's probably interesting information.
So
okay.
We'll do that, and we'll and I want Mexican Spec to know that, because if he can do that, if we can do it, he should be able to do it. Yeah, he says that should work, and then we'll be on the shorts feed and on this, which would be kind of cool. And Mexican Spec, while you were on last time, I had to go out to the kitchen for a while because I have a computer in my room. So I'll sit there and I'll watch you. but I had something to do, so I took my phone out to the kitchen, and it was pretty cool because the chat was running on top of the video, and I'd never seen that before. So it was working on my phone, but I don't know if it was pushing it out to. I don't know if it was,
I think it was.
I don't know if it was pushing it out to everybody, but I was using it on the phone. It didn't push it out to me on the phone, but I was watching it on the phone out in the kitchen. I'll have the heat bill paid off just in time for air conditioning bill. You know what, Buddy Carfano? My air conditioning bill is this big and my heat bill is this big, and it's the same machine. The same HVAC unit. I mean,
running the heat's expensive.
The heat is crazy expensive. Sam Oliver, remember, it's never too late to trust Jesus Christ as your personal Savior.
Well, I agree. Personally, I am down with the Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I think as a personal Savior, excellent choice.
And Mexican Spec says, adios all, which I think is what we need to say.
Yeah.
It's been
You've made it to the end. I'm awarding you an additional 3 points. Remember, if you want a curly Q from the project here, as long as you have 100 points, will be no charge. But you got to send the shipping address to buffdelcampo@gmail.com, and I will do my best to rapidly process them and send out. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw some other valuable trinkets in there. We don't have any stickers yet, but it's a start. Why not? It'll give me something to do. It'll give me an excuse to send his butt to the post office. They need the money.
I asked earlier, Daniel Morris. He probably left or fell asleep. Yeah. I'll get him later.
Yeah,
okay,
get him later.
So,
good night, everybody, and Dean. And Dean. All right, we'll see you all soon.
Have a good night.
Check out Mexican Spec on Saturday afternoon, and we'll be here Saturday night. Thanks for coming.
Okay, take care. Good night.